to it. Here we go. So, Adrenaline Anger getting some love. Andy as well. Vis, I support Pansy, so thanks. That's great. Vic Star. Who else have we got? Break, Team Liquid. The Liquid fans are coming out. That's not too surprising. Liquid have been looking good. They've been consistent. That's what I've got to say about Liquid. They are a consistent factor. I wouldn't say they're the highlights yet. I think they've got some very capable players, but for me, they're the guys that always seem to be there. They're never going to be, you know, completely underperforming.
Scoom had a banging game the other day when his teammate went down. Hit him on early on, just to keep surviving. It wasn't even just kind of moving away from everybody and just camping, so to speak. He was literally still being aggressive, still racking up the kills in the kill feed and making his way to the top of that chart. And it helped.
Halo guys semuanya, halo.
They didn't win it, but there was still
Emang ada notifikasi ya?
At the points, and that's kind of been the story for Liquid so far throughout the solos, throughout the duos. Keeping, as you mentioned, just being consistently
ada ya?
Today,
Tumben.
again,
Baru offline langsung ada. Biasanya enggak. Di HP enggak. Di HP gua bener sih ininya. Oh, thumbnailnya bener. Di HP gua.
Gassy Llama, the combination. Has some good support.
Gila itu badannya.
Ada bang, siap. Oke guys, kita bakalan nonton lagi. Kita nonton lagi guys. We got tonton again. Okay.
You know, obviously this is still very early in the lifespan of Battlegrounds. I think everyone's aware of that. And this is still that kind of balance of you've got some competitive players here, you've got some influencers here. So the skill disparity is certainly pretty apparent on occasion. Not in the bad way, but and I like the way the Open Qualifier is bringing in some fresh blood too. That, you know, down the line, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having teams asking me daily, like, who's a good player, who should I pick up? There's no better opportunity than coming to these events and proving, look, I'm willing to make this sacrifice to come here, you know, pay my own entrance, do all this myself. Because once if I win it, and we saw that just yesterday, walk away with a huge chunk of change and your name out there for everyone to see, going, all right, these guys can handle it against people who've already been picked up by some very impressive orgs.
Well, we said this is like the perfect ground for, you know, scouts to be going out there and trying to find their new teams, their new players on there. It's a bit. We're not going to say that these people have been picked just because.
Yang gue bingung, gue mau nonton 1080 kok nggak bisa auto ya dia. Lagi masalah ya. Ini siapa ini cewek? Kok gue baru lihat? Ya? Siapa itu? Wadaw. Wadaw.
Gua tahu jari.
Oh.
Team Legion, it's going to be Sigzy and Roms. You mentioned
Both of those players have played within the top 100 Euros and top 30, 2.8k elo, roughly around for both.
Kok kayak Warnet? Iya, itu namanya Mega Warnet, guys. Itu Mega Warnet.
They're returning again, as I said from yesterday. Now to be back to back, that's impressive to qualify twice.
I was a little disappointed we didn't see more from Mazzarini. I always put a high standard on him. As said, he used to play for Power Gaming. He's one of the prolific names out there from many, many years ago. Has a lot of experience. I'd like to see him a little bit more into this because I think he can. His teammate did very well, and I wasn't really aware of him.
And then finally, we find ourselves with Wildcard Gaming. That's going to be Geis and Jimmer. Just really quickly, Adren before this, been no problems, been no issues whatsoever. I'm holding him fully responsible for this.
Well, to be fair, the only PCs that crashed as well yesterday were Lex and Floms. So it is CS players. Like, we've got a problem. We touch things and they just break. So there's not much more to be said about it. But what about you then? I imagine that you prefer first-person perspective, do you?
Yeah, I think coming into it again, it was.
Nilai berapa detik dari Twitch? Sekitar 10 sampai 15.
When it's been armor and you know, going through all the reminiscence of it, so to speak. But coming into it with third person. Yeah, it was fun and I just instantly was addicted. This game is ridiculously addictive. I honestly have a problem and fear my wife could be getting rather annoyed at me very, very soon.
Get her playing. That's the only way forward.
She despite, like, yeah, we won't even talk about it. It's a very
touchy subject.
Yang paling gak keren sih Panci ya.
Anyway, first person for me.
Kayak gitu backpack level 3 ya.
It's as simple as that. I'm still struggling with. It's more the awareness side because I've been playing third person so much. In the games that I've come from a background, it's very run and gun. There's that respawn factor of it. Now it's not there. It's as simple as you die, you're out, and it kind of makes you more aware. And early on, I think that's the difference what we may be seeing. It's a little bit more passive towards the later game. That's when we start to see the kills fly and see people, bodies hitting the floor, left, right, and center. You'll see that late game action coming. I kind of think that's what we're going to be seeing here. I don't think we'll be seeing just people grabbing a gun, run and gun, hope for the best.
Pengawasnya lebih banyak daripada UN. Ya Allah. Itu kru anjir, bukan pengawas. Kalau nyontek dihukum gitu.
They have to be ready to accept whatever's thrown at them. There could be a guy sat around a corner with a shotgun.
The thing is as well, this game will eventually have, if down the line once things even out and you know in certain aspects there will be peekers advantage and the mechanics.
Besok nih bakal dihilangin sekatnya.
Down the line, there's no reason to even start.
Sekat itemnya dihilangin besok.
At this point, but I'm gonna have a little experiment because you know we're waiting for these guys to get back into it. All right, Twitch chat, you're now my entertainment. We're not at 100k yet, so it's still nice and early in the morning. By that I mean afternoon.
Cekung-cekungnya guys ya.
You're gonna press either 1 or 3 depending on if you like first
person
or
kok dia lagi sih? Yang kemarin ini mah.
You're about to kill the chat.
Yeah, I know. We are having a look back again at yesterday's games. We saw Boom being completely blind, clearly having some visual issues. Forgot his glasses.
Dikatain buta dong.
Oshi looking grumpy after he got banged out. This is Evermore taking down Ninja. And Break there, winning that first game. The spray maybe not as precise as usual, but still turning in place.
And obviously this one from which kind of became a bit of a meme from Twitch. They said now we didn't really start Chad. Obviously game 2 got killed by his own bike. Game number 3 was the first person to die. And it said from falling, we're like, how's he managed?
Kalau kagak ikutan bang, ini gua ngikut nonton aja.
So you die
nonton bareng guys.
And then someone runs you over with a UAZ. It just won't going well, you can see there, unfortunately. Evermore again, just waiting patiently with that shotgun, banged out one. Now that's a cracking kill.
See, this is fine water play. I'm fine with this. That's nice to me. The way the other game ended.
Lama juga ya.
Kind of the story of what he did previously as well, where he was just waiting for people to take the fights. This one was also the same. You kind of saw a person coming in late game.
100 orang nggak tahu deh. Kalau kemarin sih 80 ya. Duo yang kemarin 80. Hari ini duo first person. Gue nggak tahu berapa orang. Kayaknya sekitar 80-an juga. Besok squad. Kayaknya besok puncak ramenya deh harusnya. Dia squad kan lebih greget gitu loh. Stone Mountain ikut ya, ikut. One Shot Girl, Stone Mountain, Ninja, terus Anthony, siapa lagi ya? Banyak lah pokoknya. Tapi Grims gak ikut. Grims, dokter siapa? Dokter Disrespect nggak ikut. Lirik nggak ikut. Pokoknya tim dia nggak ikut ya semuanya. Yang berempat itu biasanya kan nge-squad.
Jos Oji yang nggak tahu kemana.
Jos Oji nggak ikut ya?
Nggak tahu.
Si Grim ikut gak sih?
Enggak ikut.
Kalau ada
Dokter Disrespect emang nggak diundang kan gara-gara masalah itu?
Masalah apa?
Yang di band?
Gak tahu.
Kan dia sempat ngatain yang punya ini yang PUBG.
Ngatain serius atau joke?
Oh, di Twitch, di Twitter. Kayak dia ngomong yang itu tuh. Gue emang nggak respect sama itu gitu.
Itu dia di banner karena apa ya?
Itu yang ngebunuh
teman.
Satu timnya kan dia main bertiga sama si Josie sama si Grim sama Dr. Respect, satu lagi orang random.
Bercanda gitu.
Motor yang bertiga ditekin motornya sama orang lain, ditembak palanya, satu timnya dibunuh. Ya udah.
Yang orang random itu.
Yang orang random itu dibunuh. Nah, kayaknya GM-nya apa sih? Ada yang ngeliat yang punya PUBG terus di ban gitu deh. Katanya dia udah ngelanggar peraturan gitu di PUBG.
Lah kalau yang nggak sengaja gitu?
Nggak apa-apa, tapi itu sengaja dia. Kan itu nonton banyak toh.
Iya sih.
Dokter Respect
live,
live
langsung di finish gitu.
Nah iya, di finish juga sama dia. Orang itu kan sengaja banget. Ada kok di YouTube itu.
Iklan
Nvidia. Permainan langsung di ban.
Ini iklan namanya guys. Nah, tebak guys, ini kan apa? Kemarin gue udah bahas ini. Ya, iklan monitor. Karpet dong. Guys, tebak ini iklan apa? Ada yang ngomong VR kan? Tertipu anjir. Waduh. Tiga menit.
Gara-gara nunggu lobby yang tadi, nunggu hilang dulu.
Ada yang error ya?
Nah yang tadi udah kebikin rumah ya. Makanya lama banget.
Kenapa nggak bunuh diri semuanya? Kan bisa di itu, Gi. Bisa di close sama servernya. Bukan sama servernya, sama yang punya roomnya.
Ini apa pada diem?
Ngelap ingus.
welcome back to the Battlegrounds Invitational live from the floor of Gamescom.
Apa?
Lu ikut itu gak? Yang kompetisi yang tanggal 2 sampai 3.
Kompetisi apa tuh? Gua nggak tahu. Nggak ikut. Kompetisi online apa?
Online.
Yang ada ini siapa gitu?
Yang ada ini orang mana ya?
Orang Kamboja.
Let's talk a little bit more about first person.
Oh, they're doing rock, paper, scissors. Hold on. This is very important.
Main dong dia.
This is to decide who gets the can out
Oh, gamers udah ada tuh.
essentially.
Udah nonton?
Brand new esport.
Udah nonton
Esport ready.
Nyebelin tapi.
Finally.
Smack's happy.
Yeah.
First person then.
Good winner.
Let's talk a bit more. First of all, let's run through, because we do have some time. Okay, let's run through the differences, Lauren, of first person to third person.
Oh,
What comes from
you
here.
look through your eyes.
As a player, would you not look through your eyes anyway when you look at the screen?
That's like some existential crisis sort of thing. Okay. Who is that player unknown in Twitch chat, by the way? I'm pretty just saw his account there.
Hey
It's
guys.
like, hello. But no, okay, so first person and third person. Third person perspective is essentially your camera is set above and slightly behind your player model. You're able to see in a larger circle around each other. First person, whether it's actually set at the eyes or not, is actually debatable. It's generally a bit lower down on the character model, but you only see it from the first person, i.e. the character you're playing's perspective. That's as simple as it is. You know, you don't need much more than that. Anyway, guys, it does seem as though they are loading in. So,
Denpeki itu.
I finally
Yang
get a bit of
karakter
this.
utamanya
And,
nggak nonton.
Oh iya.
This is going to get a little bit more fun.
Nonton
One,
gua.
because for me,
By the way, suara gua di streaming gua ada nggak ya?
To choose between the two headsets, of
Ada kan?
course. That's now player choice, whatever they prefer. You can see some still with
Kok pakai headsetnya dua-duaan segala? Itu yang satu lagi sponsor, guys. Yang HyperX itu sponsor.
Kalau kata yang kemarin apa, Bib?
Pakai
dua headset yang itu cuma buat peredam suara doang toh. Yang headset luarnya.
Enggak, kalau ini enggak. Kalau ini enggak. Bener-bener dipakai headset yang ini nih, merah-merah ini. Jadi yang headset sponsor buat mic doang. 80 tuh guys. Ada, oke.
You're going to see players moving in certain ways to be able to deny sounds and footsteps. Yeah, this is all going to be very, very different here, and I'm so excited.
Are we going to go with the same? Because me personally, I kind of follow it when I'm playing. But are we going with the same theory that the meta's kind of the same? You need to watch this circle, make sure you rotate in a good manner that you can still get in there. If not, try and get center, try and position yourself in a good
Jadi
place.
karena disponsorin sama HyperX, mau nggak mau itu barang kan harus muncul tuh, harus dipakai. Nah, daripada nggak kepake, yang bawa headset sendiri kan, dipakailah mic-nya buat ngobrol sama tim. Begitu guys.
Now, in first person, it's still good because you have 360 cover, but you don't get 360 vision. So again, you still have to be incredibly aware. It does allow for change. It looks as though everyone's in. 80 alive so far. They're popping into that plane. And EasyJet is about to go flying on over here. As we do zoom out, we need to see where that plane is heading. As we are going for some interesting views here. Okay, so is this a south cut here across it? Let's whack that map open so I can have a little look once we... No, are we? Are we restarting again?
Oke, mulai guys.
So we'll hold back on getting into this one.
Sudah mulai guys, sebentar jadi kita lihat 80 orang bermain dalam satu room, 40 tim dalam mode first person.
Yeah, and they said already, you know, there's never any issues. It's so good. The players are just pulling out cables now just to be.
Ini warnet terbaik di dunia guys. Ini mega warnet namanya, 1 jam itu $5 guys.
Ini first person.
Iya tahu, tapi kok itu bisa nggak first person ya?
Iya, makanya
terjunnya emang third person
Sekarang.
Iya.
Oh,
Jadi memang first person sampai nanti turun parasut baru.
Gua baru tahu.
Lu belum pernah main first
Tuh
person?
lihat toh
Enggak.
parasutnya jadi lebih
Dulu
hijau kan
main.
kesannya, Tok.
Iya.
Tuh field of view-nya tuh paling ujung.
You know, Erangel can
Jadi
throw
nggak
a lot of
pusing.
things at you.
Kenapa keluar lagi nih?
This is the biggest thing with Battlegrounds. You have to be aware. You have to be on your feet to receive anything Any
Gagal lagi.
scenario, any situation that is
Ya
tough. You could have
ampun.
somebody
Ada yang ngebug
with
lagi
a
kah?
level 3 helmet and a shotgun busting through a door, completely blowing everyone to high heaven. Or you could be chilling, things could be nice and quiet. You could have a sniper rifle, you could have an 8x scope, and you could just
Ini
be
berdua yang
picking
gagal.
people off from a rock side,
Iya.
from a bush side.
Ya
There
Allah,
are so
kenapa
many
sih dia?
different scenarios, and then when you take this
Keren
into
kayaknya.
first person, things get a little bit more special.
Perasaan kemarin lancar-lancar aja ya.
Spinning that camera around, you can't just be laid down
One
on the
shot
floor
goal.
thinking, oh,
Sama
that's a quick peek round. If you move
Fap-
around, people are
Dari
gonna
ulang lagi,
hit you. If
coy.
you're looking behind, you
What
have to
happened,
stop
kata dia.
before you have to
One
turn.
What
girl.
happened?
One girl, halo one girl.
Why this happen?
When you do this, you can still do the
One
free look
girl.
with alt, I think is the
Itu
default
one
key.
girl tuh gue kenal nih.
So you can
Aku
Ini
nggak bisa
YouTuber.
diginiin katanya.
you
Gua
can
tahu,
still
kita tahu
around
semua,
where it is
Nora.
limited. If you want to move, if you make
Kameramennya
any sort
tuh.
of full adjustments, you will.
Iya dari kemarin dah.
One
So
shot girl.
basically for me, the fact is it will amplify a lot of things. It doesn't.
Dan
give you
masih
full
aja ya
information
plastiknya dipakai sama dia.
for no
Iya,
benefit.
terus dia
So,
masih
for
nggak sadar
example, I was
kamera.
watching yesterday as a player, you know the kind of not mansion houses.
Gua kesut kata dia.
A way to describe it. It's kind of the
Ya.
red brick houses. They always have quite nice
Jadi
looks.
malu, senyum ah.
Lihat ke kamera nggak ya? Lihat ke kamera nggak ya?
Aduh, alhamdulillah udah enggak kata dia.
And you can
Nanggung
basically
gitu loh.
in the little kind of closet
Ngulang lagi.
area with the third person camera, fully able to see people coming
Ngulang
up the stairs,
lagi,
getting
nunggu
close to you.
lagi
You can just step out
kayaknya.
and shoot. And you're never exposed, you're never in
Nunggu lagi
danger.
dong.
You don't have to make noise. And there's no way the other
pause
player
aja.
can win that situation. So for me, first person,
Kenapa
you
lu?
could still see
Ya
that
ada yang
ball, you
main.
could still do the same thing.
Udah ada yang main duluan gara-gara bete kalian nungguin.
Daripada
nungguin.
have more awareness, sure, but you don't have the full picture in front of you.
Mungkin lanjutin game
pretty
ya.
much set on the mindset that people coming from the backgrounds of the first-person shooters, coming from the background of CS, for example,
Manusia rakit
are we
nyamuk
looking
ini.
for Mythic to be going big here? Can you see that being like transferring from
Untuk
that
temannya
general
toh, kalau
style
temannya
of
nggak bisa dibilang dipukul ya toh.
in
Di setrum ya.
Iya.
Goblok. Bitren nih guys.
Ini
Bitren.
yang itu kemarin toh, bukan ya?
Bukan.
I know it's a strong question.
WTCNN kemarin. Yang kedua.
Yang fotonya itu Wadoyo. Apa yang orang yang model Wadoyo toh? Itu fotonya model Wadoyo tadi toh.
Bukan kayak ini yang kemarin nih. Messi sama si Captain America. Cipet mana ya? Nggak kelihatan. Si awkward aja. Dan bangsatnya itu sumpah MC-nya sih kurang ajar. Dijadiin dudukan gitu loh.
Glenn tuh, Glenn ada Glenn tuh.
Ini Parjo guys, Parjo. Serem aja. Tuh Bimo pikipik tuh.
I guess live up to what you're saying and hope for it being a good game. But I think a lot of people want a good game out of this. They want to get aggressive. And again, apologies for the delays, guys. But do me a favor, just because I'm bored now, you know, there's only so much I can talk about this. How long have we been doing this? Is it an hour now? Something like that.
It's all fun and games.
You know what? All right, guys at home. Send
Itu
me
Cloud9
a
bukan sih?
picture,
Bukan ya?
Using the hashtag
mana?
battlegrounds of how you're watching the
Itu yang
stream.
pakai
Someone sent
headset
me it
merah
from their
semua.
office. So I brought
Kan
up
semuanya
the-
headset
I think
merah
it
toh.
was, you know, the American viewers.
Yang merah full. No. Merah
Bukan,
kental
ini
korek.
We're in the office. We put it up on the
Eh
screen.
Messi nih guys, juara 2 kemarin.
Anjay, sweater.
Just let me know. I always like that. I might retweet a
Ini
couple of
Cloud9
them out
nih.
there. You can have a little look at how you're watching these games.
So this guy on screen right now, Cloud9 Sweater, one person to keep an eye on during this game. Came second yesterday during the duos competition.
Cewek tadi live bang,
We've
iya tahu
mentioned it
kok
plenty
gue.
of times. We know it's
Banyak
gonna
kok
be
yang live
competitive,
streaming
so we'll
dari
try back off
sini,
it, but he's a
peserta-pesertanya.
very big fan of third person. So
Stone
it's
Mountain
all-
juga
it's all
kemarin
about
live kayaknya,
positioning. It's
kalau
all
nggak
about
salah ya.
map rotation, watching where the circle's going to be landing, trying to predict some sort of angle.
Tuh ada yang live tuh bawa kameranya.
Especially when they were going
Yang
up
lewat
against
tadi.
Noble. We saw that big rock push when they were looking down in the trees. Fair enough, they didn't win it.
Ini
But
siapa ya?
to take Noble and eliminate them from that position, take the high ground.
Tuh,
take
dia
the
udah
gear,
kelihatan
move
belum, Tok?
down. It was a very,
Gua lupa
very,
muka Sto deh.
very big play, a bold play.
Ih, tadi kan
But when
ada
they
pas
were
megang senjata.
throwing him into
Iya
this
makanya
Pas
gue
megang
lupa.
senjata doang.
they're not going to be, I want to say they're not going to be massively comfortable. They know how to play
Wah,
this game.
Dude Perfect
It's
nih.
an absolute fact. But they're not the biggest of fans. I don't think this goes
Kenapa
for
sih?
all of them whatsoever.
Kenapa gitu loh?
Udah ini mah fangirl sama fanboy.
Iya sih
Some of
kayaknya.
the players tweet
Ya.
this and some of the
Ya,
players
dia
tweet
lah.
this
Itu
and
terus gayanya anjir.
mixed bag of reviews. Keep an
Gue
eye
nggak tahu
on
mau
them.
gaya apa
See
lagi
how
kata
they
dia.
go
Tuh
for
kan
first
gini
person.
aja kata dia.
Ya, iya juga ya toh.
another team
Gua
to look
artiin
out
nih dia
for
ngomong-ngomong.
Gaming.
Ini
It's a team that's been
panda-panda
together
nih.
for quite some time now. They've done well
Tuh
over
kan?
in the H1Z1 Invitationals.
Oh di 720 buff top, ya elunya turunin dong, gimana sih? Kalau yang lain lancar, lu naikin resolusi terus buffering berarti siapa yang salah?
Live streaming lu katanya tuh.
Can
Kata
Luminosity
siapa?
get a win on the board because they've not managed to get one yet? I mean, credit to him yesterday, I believe, was it Gypsy in the end who was the last one versus TSM, just fighting for dear life.
Jimat dia hari ini, Dik.
Iya.
Jimat hari ini kayak krokodil basket.
Enggak, emang live streaming gue buffering. Gue 1080 lancar loh ini.
Lagi live streaming. C92 gila set PUBG.
Sampel anjir.
Stempel. Sell out.
Well, really quickly,
Can I get one of those?
I'm sure Poopy Queen will be able to help you out on that one. We do actually want to get some thoughts from the players on how
People
this is
big,
going to be going
Xbox.
down because we are still waiting. So apologies once again.
Lancar
guys.
kok,
There's
ya
nothing
udah.
we can do about it.
Thank
We'll
you,
try and keep
guys.
talking. We'll try to give you as much content as possible. But
Jimur.
for now, let's throw it down to Cameron and get some words from the players.
I played a lot of third person
Nah,
when I first came
ketawanya.
out, but so far first person has been my favorite mode. I have a lot of experience in first person shooters, and that's the game mode where I can feel a lot more comfortable being aggressive and pushing on people.
Yang artinya adalah first person itu lo dia bisa lebih merasa kayak lebih nyaman, lebih bisa agresif dan feelingnya lebih dapat guys yang tadi.
Both.
Yeah, first person.
Third person all the way.
Ini tim first person sama third person.
Easy.
First person.
Third.
First person.
Easy.
Third person.
First person.
Third person. Both.
Definitely third person.
First person.
First person. Third person.
I think first person.
First person. Definitely first person.
First person.
First person. First person.
Banyak
Third
first
person.
person ya.
Iya.
First. No question.
Banyak juga ya
First,
tim
no
first
question.
person.
The middle of nowhere south of
Chinky.
Gatka, so people will leave me
Pochinki,
alone,
ninja Pochinki
and,
pokoknya.
hopefully I don't end up scrambling to find a gun and everybody else has assault rifles and I've got a sickle.
My favorite place to land's got to be Pochinki.
If I'm playing solo and I just want kills, it's going to be school or
Good.
military. If I'm playing more tactically, playing for the win, it's going to be something like Severny probably.
No.
My favorite place
Hajar.
to
Pochinki.
is probably
Pochinki.
Probably gonna be somewhere in the
Wow.
outskirts.
Probably George.
Welcome
George
back.
is gonna be a lot of loot. However, it has bordered walls and it's very compartmentalized, so you can feel safe while looting.
Wherever I get map control.
Favorite place to land is probably going to be the military base or the school. I like those fast action places.
Siapa namanya?
Just go get in there and fight everyone.
Ya.
I'd say Georgia Paul.
Daniel Cross.
My favorite place to land would be Primorsk or Novo.
Roshnok, probably on the west coast.
George.
West coast is best coast. Make sure you go there. It's got all the best gear.
Far away from everybody so I can loot up and then go to the late game.
Military zone.
Right in the middle in Rosshok.
Georgia Paul on the shipping crates right there. I feel like it's one of the easier places to control, and it's a place I've practiced the most landing at.
Milita. My favorite place is Milta Power. Mansion.
Pochinki.
Lipovka.
School.
Mention.
Favorite place to land is.
Anjir jarang banget ya ke mention.
Georgia Pool.
Gak pernah gua awal-awal.
in Pochinki.
School.
My favorite place to land is military.
Agresif itu pasti.
Sama kayak kemarin ini mah.
Yang kemarin pertanyaan-pertanyaan kemarin.
Probably Chipsy because he drives a lot and he's probably worse than Ninja.
All FPS. Yeah.
Sweater.
Either myself or Chappie.
I think Stat is definitely the guy that does the most flipping. Drifter.
Drifter.
If I had a name named, probably Drifter.
Joy.
It was definitely hotted. Absolutely hotted.
Forcing. Probably me.
So if one of our teammates flipped the car and got us all killed, there's no question who it was. It was Muzel.
Muzo. Mitrain. Mitrain.
It's me. Probably Moleman. He's the worst driver I've ever.
Ini asal kalian tahu guys, ini sebenarnya harusnya cepat. Cuma tadi 2 kali gitu loh, ada yang pertama nge-bug, yang kedua kayaknya nge-crash deh. Jadi harus diulang biar sampai semuanya harus masuk gitu, 80 orang.
It will be Elf place.
Conductives.
It was me.
Break.
This. Probably me.
Jared FPS.
Lucy May.
Jared.
Itu tadi 5 stat, iyap.
And
Yang belum tahu ini yang cewek dia caster ke CSGO guys. Ntar kalian bakal denger dia itu komentarnya nggak putus-putus.
Ketawa please. sebelum ketawa ini napas dulu.
Kalau udah ngakak biasanya. ada tarikannya gitu loh.
Iklan lagi nih.
Iklan dulu ya?
Ya.
Lanjut nonton dulu.
Iya, abis iklan baru yang itu 3 menit lagi toh. Starting 3 menit.
Ntar gitu lagi. Kalau ada yang nge-crash lagi gitu lagi. Intel, Nvidia, monitor 2 kali, pace apa ya? Iya pokoknya itu. Nah ya, yang terakhir apa? Udah, gue lupa. Ini Nvidia nih, sampai apal gue sponsornya. Satu, monitor 2. Safeguard.
Iklan terlama ini sih toh.
Iya sih. Untungnya nggak copyright ini musiknya.
Oh iya, HyperX.
Ah iya, HyperX terakhir.
Alright guys, we are now ready.
Akhirnya.
The teams are chomping at the bit to get into this one.
Akhirnya.
Drop as we can see.
Mulai.
Oh
GG.
Anjay, dari tadi lama sekali.
Finally Lego.
You could be seeing some long play as well out towards Novo, Milta, Lipovka, Mansion, all up for grabs if, of course, they get those cars going. But Saverny is going to be busy.
Gue disuruh skip iklannya dong tadi. Gimana ya? Gue harus gimana guys?
Itu apa ya battle list?
But we are finally into this one. It does seem 80 alive. Hopefully, nothing else goes wrong. So this should be a good one. I'm going to just keep my eyes on seeing where certain people go, see if there's any surprises. TSM, even in their videos, saying they do like going towards Georgia Pole, the safety of it, that can be there by the walled off areas towards the north. We are seeing, I think I saw...
Gue kan ada yang nyari mobil ke Lipovka nih, atau Milta, atau Novo.
Heading out towards
Masih ada yang ke Milta ya?
Yeah, so we've got the other TSM boys going for the military base. Just gonna see if they can get it far. They can land if they do the long swing all the way over, or they can go to the 3 garages on its own towards the west side. So, couple of players towards good old Pachinki.
Gue goreng kentang dulu lah toh buat nobar ntar lo kok jadi nular gitu ya. Penyakit goreng kentang. Ini nih yang nggak tahu FPP ini guys, first person yang nggak tahu ini. Iya sih. Kayak ngecekung gitu ya, apa? Kayak pakai fish eye.
A couple of pistols, even especially at this point, this early in a game, pistols, shotguns, anything you can gather in the likes of Pachinki is very, very valuable. The other line goes over towards, I guess, the further east side of the town, so it's going to split it in two.
Kalau di in game ada yang DC gimana tuh? Reconnect bisa. Sekarang udah ada fitur reconnect kok.
A couple of players split throughout the fields here too, and we see the long shoots coming in. Still up in the air, a couple of players. They might be looking towards the east side of Yosnaya. You could have Mansion, Lepovka all available, and a couple of players. But all in all, Cloud9, I don't think they'll be messing with Mythic too much at the moment. They're very much polarized each side. They don't have too much to really fight over just yet until they cross that main road and they head maybe towards the church. But we've got to see where that first circle comes towards. But right now, loot-wise, Cloud9 are far better stacked, both have ARs, and okay, so it's a northwestern circle, so we're going to have to see movement coming from the south side. A lot of the Brit players over there, we've got Ocean Serenity, we have TSM, but it does look as though Ocean Serenity might be the first to that military base. I like the way Panda as well, that team, they can head out towards the
Salber lagi, pecinta Salber kayaknya dia ya. Si Juan lu lihat di mana itu?
Juan di situ.
Jauh. Bisa lagi. Strategi dia itu main blue zone, main bertahan aja lama pokoknya.
And that was from one of the players, either Anger or Ponerad from the Copenhagen guys. The actual crew themselves, the real team that we've seen before, they've just taken down one. So one person's fired. Didn't catch in the kill feed exactly who it was, but they do indeed draw first blood. It's going to be a nice shotty in hand as well, just checking more buildings. You can see over the ridge there are several people. It looks like a fight has already gone down on those players well. We've just seen on the ridge there beyond the hill in the spec mode, because one of them's half health. So if we move on over there, we'll take a look exactly who's been tanked up, because these guys are just looting double shotguns in hand. There's no real reason to keep on board with these, so we'll move across, get some more different POVs at home and see what's going down across the bigger map. If you can actually take a look at the map as well very soon, we'll be able to show you guys more so what's going down in bigger format. 2 people will be running into a
Juan kok sama itu diliskan?
Nggak tahu deh.
Lagi kejar-kejaran ya.
Mungkin.
Juan temannya Evermore kan?
Iya, harusnya. Itu kayaknya belum punya apa-apa deh. Lihat penjokan. Enggak deh, dimuskan.
Iya tuh.
Nggak ada. Setinggi. Lihat kiri atas tadi. Tuh.
Oh iya dong.
Lah,
mungkin diganti sama. Mungkin kan mereka ngirim 4 orang.
Iya di sweep. Ya,
di swap dong.
Dan dia baru sadar.
Ada musuh.
Si WT CNN dong.
Oh iya.
Apa?
Kok jadi unyu gitu ya, Bers?
Apa?
Jadi unyu gitu anjir.
Ya makanya.
Tadi terakhir lah.
Udah mulai loh, Pip.
Udah senjata lagi nih orang.
Kejar nih.
It's so hard to find any gun at this point. He might even want to just try and escape if he can make it, but these guys, they are hungry for this kill. They want it.
Mungkin si Juan kesel gara-gara gak pernah bareng.
They've already shown so much potency. He might just
atau kebalikannya.
So he's going to try and avoid them as best he can, keep them away from being able to be on course. But did they spot him? I think you're seeing Mithra in there calling it out as well. He's probably spotted this on that wall run. It's a safe run to a degree, but they're closing in. They can smell the blood. He's got a shotgun. He can maybe defend himself. But Mithrain is close. He's closing in as we speak, door by door, step by step. But can Juan do anything to hold them off here?
He's going to sit back though, but he's got that shotgun up close and personal. It's going to absolutely tear these players in two, so they need to be very careful how they approach it.
This is where sound becomes imperative. He's going to hear the steps. He's going to hear the doors. They don't hear this. They're going to go in and be secondary to all of this. So we need to see how loud we can get this one.
Gila, dia jauh banget. Keyboard sama mouse-nya lu lihat?
Iya, kayak keyboard di kiri, di kanan loh, buset.
Susah banget gua main kayak gitu.
Makan tempat banget.
Bayangkan kalau di warnet anjir.
Just wait on this one. We'll see where it goes. It might be able to get you the spec mode up any second, so we can try and get the outlines of where the players are going to be coming.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
My god.
Oh my god.
Beating as this happens, he needs to land these shots back to back. No, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Don't you do this?
Go back atau dibilang tadi, go back ya.
I want to see if they check this room or will he get away with murder? Surely they're going to check on this. He's hearing them.
Disuruh balik ke sini tadi. Lu dengar kan? Go back.
Waiting for them to come in, but they're not there. Maybe they don't think he's gone this far. Maybe they're starting to think, oh, he's left. He's surely got to have left by now. We haven't seen him just yet.
And he's not moved.
Sampai dipindahin pas lagi perang. Bangke dah.
They've gone to the little
Oh, keluar mereka.
They are completely
Nggak
outside
jadi,
now.
Pak.
He's safe. Look, they've no idea where he is. They're crouching down. They're checking all doors. They think he's moved on.
Now this is the issue though, if you're let's say you're the more alpha of the two kind of teams there, their looting has been slowed down, it's been annoyed, there's now just a player near you somewhere that you don't know where they are, so now it's going to be awkward for them to comfortably loot. They might just leave the area completely. But then again, this guy, he's pretty screwed himself. He's got a shotgun, bit of armor, not much else, and he's just sweating bullets at this point. Just having to just be calm and just trying to stay alive. And as soon as
kalau ada detikannya disamain aja.
78 people alive here. This action's quite slow, it's still quite timid. And you can see the difference though. These guys, I've got to say about the Phosphorus team, they are hungry for kills. They do chase it down. They're not going to be passive. They will go for this, and I like that.
Okay, let's take a look at the map then. We've got several people down at Millie. TSM are going to have to do some serious work to get back up there. Spygear and Yamaton also down in Promos. They're going to have to need some moves. We'll bring that map up for a little bit more. We can talk about the bigger picture, try and build up this storyline of where people are going to be going. Obviously, these guys are just going to be checking buildings.
Back in for this?
They want to know where he is, you know. And I mean, fair enough to him. You've got to be worried. But
shots coming out. I'm not sure if they've 100% seen him or not. That could have been elsewhere on the map. Too sure. There's a lot of noise around there. You've got Lex, you've got Flom nearby. The Moondite and the boys there. They're still on the hunt. They're not going to go away just yet. And I wonder if this is.
Baru 2 orang yang mati kok.
Doors are still shut. I'm not sure if he's still looting in this one. Shotgun to hand now, very, very viable at this sort of point. He's going to be checking throughout this one. Not looted either, so he's feeling comfortable. Picked up a med pack. Surely he's not here. Still danger around for these guys.
And that's what you mentioned kind of off there when we're chatting away about dropping certain items at stairs or just leaving them as bit, you know, kind of putting some cheese out for the mice to come to. That's essentially kind of, if he doesn't pick up anything, what he's actually done. If you leave some of the gear there, I mean, he needs to get as much gear as he can. Last time we looked at him, he didn't even have a helmet. So if they come around the corner, they're going to nail him. But he does have a shotgun to fight back with. Plenty of people still kicking around. He isn't actually in the same building. Look at the map there. So he's kind of safe.
They might just run across each other at random times. It's kind of hard to tell now. There's certainly going to be more action across the map elsewhere. We'll be moving in. You can tank this though. The areas on the extremities of the map are generally high loot areas, so it's very, very viable to go for this sort of play. You can go down to Nova, you can go Millie Base, you can go Lipovka, you can go any of the high areas. I don't need to explain it to you. This is Mazzarini's teammate here, which is called Spike, is what I got told was his name. So I'm going to go for that. If I'm wrong, please.
Aku lihat nggak ada kan ya?
But as I said, there's a lot of fight capability throughout this map. But the the map that you'd have to travel to, which now the Blues going to be working through are high value areas. So you should have enough medits to be able to stimulate through it, so you should be fine.
Moving in, plenty of cover, and the can just kick back for a little bit. Keep on looting over here near the ruin side. Mazzarini, I believe he actually had 4 times on the M4 also, so they've got scopes at least, got a red dot on this AK. So they've got the AR, so they can take the battles if they come their way. I think I only comp for level 1 helmets, but there is a crate over there. Now, I didn't see that drop down, so they are pretty close, but it's in the water. Fair enough, you can actually hide behind it, you can swim behind it, and if you need to go down, you can dip underneath, so you're not going to get shot, but it's getting out of the water, that's the problem. If you go into it, remember, as you wander out of that water, you are sluggish, you are slow, you're just turtling away. Hopping on board with Sweater's POV as well. Does he have his teammate with him?
Pretty sure there are already players around this area. They're quite split up at the moment, but maybe they feel confident about this, and I'm not sure why. That early drop certainly included this area. It was basically polar above them, so shouldn't be too bad. Sweater. But yeah, you can hear him now. A couple of shots down. I'm so certain there are players here, and there they are. They weren't even the group that I took at the start. So there's plenty of danger in this area, and not a lot of cover to fall to. So you want to get to that kind of, I guess, sanctuary as early as you want, as early as possible, excuse me, so you can maybe lock it down. This kind of northwest area is mostly terrain, unless it closes towards Georgia Polozaki.
It looks like it was actually Umru who was tapping him up as well. Steve-O's there. They are coming close together. Steve-O have actually got in the car and they're now getting outboxed.
Mountain di pinggiran deh.
They're driving into an array of people. Looks like these people have some information. Yeah, she's
itu masih belum balik, jauh banget.
She's very cautious. There must be. You'd expect more people to be on this side of the map.
But you need to be this cautious in first person for me. And this, you know, this is on the other side. That I'm pretty sure that's Vicstar's teammate on the coast.
Berapa player? Dua ada yang jawab, 80.
So they're very, very close by to each other. But this is what I mean. You have to be this aware. You have to be this meticulous in this sort of environment. They clearly have been making noise. You can see there's been a buggy burn into the water and very low HP on Vicstar there. So at the moment, they're going to be readjusting, maybe just swimming around. They don't need to commit to this. You don't want to die this early. There's no blue to pressure you. You just don't have much cover to play from. Saverny might be there, a little bit of respite there, a bit of escape, because this car 98 could certainly be the end of them here.
I'm about to question whether they knew exactly where they were, if these were the people that were taking up Victor. So they clearly tapping him. He's had to run away. We're moving on board with Lex and Flom at the moment, taking some shots. Lex knocks out one. Here comes the advancement. Looking over it's always in Roz. And you always get this road battle, don't you? People kind of tend to decide where they want to drop in Roz. You can either go to the right-hand side, just up on the hill, so you've got the height advantage, drop back near the barns, or on the opposing side, near the water tower. Now, he's running in. Yeah. He knows that this person's going to be calling for help. But as soon as he gets there, they've got to be careful because they're going to make a run for it. Yeah, they are.
And you're going to see Vicstar and the boys making a run. He's going to try and get out of here, but we know the buggy is pretty deadly. His teammate's not in it yet. He's making a lot of noise and not staying still.
Wadaw. Nyaris anjir.
What is going on? They're going to try and get away from this reset the fire as best they can.
Pony Rider anjing.
Can still connect shots, get the crouch going. He's still standing in this one.
Gem lu refresh deh, Gem.
He should be doing this. Try and lead the shots there. Good job.
Oh!
Those are the shots I expect
you to
Wadah.
If you can get another one down, that's perfect. His teammate is now being basically left to die on the bridge. There's no going back for him now.
Yeah, you leave that man to die, unfortunately.
Selamat tinggal.
Udah nggak bisa anjir kayak gitu.
That's the problem with the buggies when you're on the back of them. You're an open target. Driving away someone like Flomy's not missing advantage.
Kecuali dia pakai UAS dah masih bisa.
Kalau dibagi padahal bisa joget loh, Tok. Yang di belakang.
Tapi kan tetap aja, Dik. Sentralnya di situ.
They're silhouetting so badly. I don't know why they're playing on the peak of the ridge here. That's really, really dangerous. But as we are seeing, actually, Sigzy and Robs, the two qualifiers who are very high up, just got found by WTCN. He is playing a blinder of a game. He is just a headhunter at the moment, really providing. This is Moondai. A lot of fans out there very much supporting him, but his teammates down, going in for the revive. Hopefully he can get a clean rev here. You can see a lot of, he was trying to look around, make sure no one's pushing, but this is the danger. You have to take risks in this and think of the reward. Can I take the time to go for this? Can I expend those amount of seconds to go for the revive while there's no one pushing?
1-1-3, 1-2, 1-1, 1-0, 09. Sama nggak?
1-15.
3, 2, 1.
Ya.
0, 59, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Two solo winners playing together back to back. So we'll see how this one pans out for them. They've had some very diverse, I want to say, play styles yesterday in the duo, splitting off. Certainly now we're in first person. You can't do that because if you get singled out, you are going to get trashed. He sees one person, opts to not go for the gunshot.
Suara komentatornya digedein dikit.
Just wait for a second. Umru now takes his position. They're actually switching things up, so he's going to go back for the UAS. Umru comes in, that's why you will let him have it. That's going to be the Car 98 takes down.
Wow!
Only with the hollow.
Nice.
Itu yang kenop ya?
Yang kenop di finish. Dia ngenok langsung
dia. Pakai hollow cuy, susah loh.
Mending pakai FD.
Yundut sama Evermore.
Iya. Kan kemarin Yundut sama Dingis kan.
Evermore sama si Buan. Misah mulu.
Bener di swap.
A bit of a scrap here. Now Borg had a blinder of a tournament yesterday. He turned things up. He has the coverage.
Ini Mega Warnet guys.
In his favor, so that's something to look at.
Ninja.
We've got an AWM coming out for Ninja.
Ini kalau mati nih.
AWM coy. Warnanya oranye atau ya?
This is near against Saverny in the
Nunjukin motornya.
Ninja.
You don't only have the high ground.
Bawa ke atas motor.
As well, so nice position to go to.
Masalahnya ada kekerannya nggak tuh? Ya. Oh, udah dikasih. Udah dikasih. Sama temennya itu dikasih semua. Lah, lu nggak ada tadi? Pip.
Baru nonton Japi.
Kena tuh. Dead from falling.
Dead from falling.
Waduh. Waduh.
Baru jatuh dari mobil.
Sekarat kayaknya ya. Sekarat dia. Mobilnya masih agak kencang gitu loh. Kena lasit gitu kayaknya. Atau dia, mobilnya? Oh enggak ya, kalau mobil
nabrak sih tadi.
Enggak. Thrown out by vehicle kan kalau nabrak.
Hit by vehicle ya.
Oh iya.
Ninja playing to the spot. Luminosity have a good mentality for that, it seems. Looking over the noble side, this is the god tier building, if you want to call it that. Many stories. Again, a lot of open ground around them, so it's good for the Car 98. Hard to fall off this though. Open fields around you. There's a little I guess a defilade, hard to kind of explain more than that, but yeah, Evermore and Unru just lining up people and knocking them down. Julia and Sequisha now being found by those two. It looks like this is the combination of players that's going to be very powerful, very potent here.
Ridiculous does have the bullet loops on there, so it's going to be a minus 30% reload time and a minus 50% bullet spread. Does only have an ACOG. It's not an 8-times scope, but I tell you what, it'll still do the job. Exactly what you saw with Ninja with the Orm earlier on, managing to go in that building with iron sights and then pick up a 4-times.
I like this ending. It's very open. This comes to very skilled abilities, and I'm glad it's not in third person, so you can't just use the cam to look over those edges. Oh, Break, you are being a git, aren't you? Look at it. This is the TSM that I expected to see. He should be git on.
Waduh. Waduh.
Jauh banget.
Waduh. Gila.
Untung ada motor. Tergantung mereka nih bisa ngendali motornya atau enggak.
Kalau jatuh sih ya udah. Sengsara udah.
You can do this kind of peek over the top of the ridges, play it out as smart as you can, not use the cameras to do it, but you have to commit yourself to the peak as well. But they don't have the Car 98. They have the SKS here, but it's got
circle segitu masih hidup 65 orang. Memang gini guys kalau turnamen. Mainnya nggak YOLO. Ntar YOLO-nya kalau udah kecil banget.
Kalau game biasa circle kedua aja udah tinggal 50.
Iya. Circle pertama gocap aja.
Find some faces, find some shots. It's a great amount of cover, but as you mentioned over there, you've got 3 level 3 3-tier buildings. If the people in there, they can get some easy shots, especially if they've got the sniper rifle. Doesn't matter for love nor money. If you stick your head out, unfortunately, it's going to be good night, bye-bye. Looking across now at Anger and Adren. They're going to get the health back, and they're now inside the circle. They've got a minute. They can chill. I don't really think there's much time to loot. He does need to get himself some kind of scope on this gun, even if it's just a red dot, because we do know how much of a kick the AKM does have. We'll have a look on the map as well. They do have people just in front of them, so they have to be careful. Meanwhile, Stoda's POV.
Akhirnya toh.
Akhirnya. Ton Mountain dong. Ton Mountain dong. Apa, Pep? Iya, nggak ada lagi kali.
But here comes this. You know, it's all going to be taking buildings, trying to just get through the terrain as best as we can.
Mahopawanga and his teammate as well, they're just going to be chilling for a while, but they are a little bit open and exposed. Fair enough, they do have the height and they do have the curvature. Oh, Ninja spots him. Is that going to be U-Root from earlier on?
Oh!
They did have,
oh
they did have the car. So they
gemes. Gemes.
4-time scope, moves to his scar so he can tag it up, looking to try and take out that tire so he can drive away, hits the target, and now making sure.
Bisa warna biru ya?
Compared to where the car is parked, he can't see anything beyond that hill. They can just dip down low and run away if they need to, because if he tags them with this,
Abis manggil lo sih?
It's a disgusting weapon. It just destroys.
Damage, rips through everything. You get through level 3 helmets. Obviously limited in the amount of bullets, and that's good. But I think that was Mazzarini's team who were backing away from this. They don't have the ground. Yeah, it is. So not a bad plan. Try and find somewhere else. Maybe go to the plane crash. You can still see the ninja's hyper aware of this. But he's seen a really good building here, so he doesn't need to move too much.
The other good thing for him is the fact that he has the level 3 helmet, so he can just pick up
Lagi live
some
nih,
of it, tasting over the wing of the plane there.
Yeah,
Spike's going to happily say, I'll take some pop shot, you sunshine.
Well, he's got level 3 helmet, level 3 vest on Spike here, so he's in great position. MT49 not loving it.
Apip biasanya ngomongin duit kalau kayak gitu.
Lex now caught in a predicament, and you can see the other players just the ones who've been knocked out already. And Kirby Llama there finding Oshi 7, so he's been taken out. He was one of the original players over at the military island. Lex moving into where we saw Noble and TSM. Got his hands out, not got the gun out there, trying to move as fast as he can. I don't blame him, but it's a little bit scary now. Jared this time makes it away from the bikes, but he does have the blue on his back, but he's fine for now. Single fire on the AK, not sure if that's what you want him. Maybe it's how he likes to play. Maybe it's his thing, but here's Interrogate. There's the Noble boys. They're watching for this push-up. This could be TSM, this could be Lex, this could be either of them. This could be game over if they stay still for 1 second. This is why movement is so imperative here. The kills are coming thick and fast. Down to under 60 now. Taking his time until he has the perfect shot here with that scar.
Iya, lagian masih blind spot. Knock itu kenapa dipindah? Oke. Nice. Kameramen dari kemarin.
Gila.
To be able to run into cover, but you could see him. He was prized. He was waiting just to get that right moment when they couldn't dip behind the rocks. Still in the kill feed. Chappie will kill one shot girl, so she goes down also. That's from the M16. Big battle going on in this little shack though. I'm not entirely sure how many people are up there. I think this also may be an angle that Ninja's got one on.
Ya,
See, look at Jared here. He's not doing the wide steps or the jiggle peaks to bait the shots out.
Ninja mati emang.
But actually, looking at this one, losing out your team, it looks like that player is very, very diligent. But he's using the area around him, even in first person, peeking up and over from the ship. Yeah, I want Jared just to get involved. And there's no scopes actually put on the M416 here, which is a bit of a problem, it seems. Obviously, on the other side, they do have at least a 2-time, still on single fire, stimmed up. But the longer this fight goes on, the worse it gets. But his teammate is flanking, which is one benefit here. So this could be a big move coming out. Keep the attention from the player on the rock, just letting shots fly. That's from Jared. The teammates up towards the other side of things, so they should be able to close in on that one. Seeing Andy over here.
30, 29, 28, 27. Nah, iya, gua udah tahu itu dari tadi.
Enak dengernya. Kita udah teriak duluan, dia tiba-tiba teriak.
Emang lu nggak terganggu gitu, Gem? Kita udah teriak duluan gitu.
Coba gua ke lu nih ya.
Memang
bukan, jangan di gua. Emang di Twitch.
Pause langsung play lagi. Pause play lagi.
Nggak pernah nobar bareng nih, nobar bareng nggak tuh?
Takes down Stevo and Killer as well.
So this is going to come down to who has the buildings in this next circle, because it's not going to be a big circle, and there's a lot alive, and this is a lot of open ground. A lot of high ground plays going to come in. So the Noble Boys have basically won the fight against Mythic, but you can see that Luminosity are watching. This is a very hot spot for high-tech players, because this is where the good cover is, where the good ground is. That's where you're seeing the crunch happen here between most of the higher tier Elo teams, and so forth and so on. Nice approach from Luminosity to keep their backs in mind. A spot of a player, single fire comes out, going to take the time on the tap, and he gets the job done. That's lovely work. I don't think that's even him who got it done, but did enough damage to the teammate to get a couple of the shots through to do enough. Still, checking for more. He knows it's only a knockout, so he knows the teammate is close by, just on the lip of the ridge there. But the blue is coming in. They've got to just crunch in a little bit and wait on the other side of that ridge. Will be Noble. TSM are down. Breaks knocked out here. I don't think he's going to be able to get the revive on. So again, this is a really awkward predicament.
Belum ada detikannya.
Lagi nembak.
Not going to let him go down without maybe claiming something back for it.
And he takes out his teammate as well, so that's Vis taking 2 faces. The Noble
156, 55, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emang lebih lambat kan?
52.
Lu sebenarnya tinggal dengerin gua aja sih, nggak usah nyebutin juga. Soalnya cepetan gua kan. 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. Rasain dah berapa bedanya.
Kalau mau tepat lu refresh.
Pause play lagi, nggak usah di refresh.
Di pause aja, di pause.
Di kiri bawah. Sekarang berapa toh?
14, 13, 12, 11. Yang tadi beda 5 detik, Gam. Ya.
Aim.
Matamu Aim tuh. Matamu.
Lihat itu Evermore gak melek.
Dia kayak nembaknya setengah hati gitu loh yang pertama. Gara-gara yang bawahnya ngelihat.
TSM starting to pick apart players, but they should be able to get the revives here. There's fullback potential. 38 seconds, going to go for the revive, safe from most angles. And look at this. There's only really one building left in the next circle. Zeon's already in there. You've got Hayes in there. Cloud9 boys being the patrollers, basically on the very precipice of where people can push in, and not this side of Cloud9 either, the other team. So we'll see what they can do here, have to work their way in any second now, past the God tier house, past the players. This is going to get very, very tough.
You kind of saw him with that M249 doing some work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the biggest bullet pack when you look at how much damage it does. It's 44 per bullet. As we're saying that, Ninja takes out 2, comes in with the scar, seals the deal. Borg knocks out TSM. This in the kill feed also. We're still on board with Ninja with that scar, the silencer, and the ACOG. Still got the in the back pocket, so looking to do well here. He's double stimmed also, so they can get on in. But he's had to leave Chipsy behind, so now he's a one-man band. All of a sudden, Chappie, we're going with his POV. One to the left, one to the right. We'll attack them up, so at least push them back. Try and make some groundwork here on this hill, so he's got some cover. But Pansy, he's got the blue on the back, and he's crushing him fast.
He's doing the smart play though. He's still got a bit of the slow side to work with, so he doesn't need to instantly commit. Define is real early, but as soon as you pick up an over, he's against his teammates, and Sweater is there. Great shot from solid FPS though. That lands perfectly, but he needs to move. He does, but now look at his hit. He has no time. Heals straight away. 4 seconds on that, and now we're down to 14. Noble have their backs to the blue, which is good.
Oh my god, tinggal berapa ini?
Pelornya lihat dong, cuma 45 anjing.
Making love to that camera earlier on, giving us all a beautiful look at things. So he's got again back to the blue, very close to this.
Itu dia yang jalan sebelahnya kan tadi?
Down towards the southeast, but limited cover, only the dip of the hill.
Bukan dia.
Certainly usable, but again you're shooting in a very awkward predicament. AWM still in the hands of Ninja. He's going to go past this building that will probably have players towards it, or he's traversing through it, hearing these shots.
Si Zoya.
Should be fine for now, but yeah, lots of players behind him. He could go for an early play down through this if he wants to, but it's very risky.
We will stick.
Ya ampun itu depannya.
Does he know he's that close to the 2 players? There's 2 players right behind him. That's unbelievable. He's playing the other side of the rock, basically proning down, listening out for steps here. And Spike's going for the revive, and I'm pretty sure there's a player right next to them. Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, responnya. What the fuck?
Gila itu ngedengar satu langkah.
Iya.
Iya. AWM nih coy.
Yang salahnya itu yang nembak dia terlalu jauh gitu loh stepnya.
Iya.
Nggak ngintip. Masang badan.
Menang Ninja kayaknya.
On this circle, we're moving into a very tight one. He's going to be on top of a hill as well. So look for some engagements as people start to.
Gila ya kalau first person tiarap ya nggak bisa ngeliat apa-apa.
Ninja though with the arm, this could be very dangerous if he manages to spot people at range. There's also that 249 still in play.
Ninja's just a solo warrior right now, and he can do it. He can pretty much be the downfall of most players.
Lah itu orang.
Oh
my god, Ninja.
Gila Ninja.
Udah ngeliat orang dia ngetep.
Iya. Malah ngetep.
Peringatan tuh.
Ninja ada yang nonton di belakangnya.
Iya. Lagi kena si Zeon, lihat Zeon. Mati Zeon. Mati Zeon lihat deh. Play zone enggak tuh? Oh, ya, fail. Mati anjir fail.
Ninja harus main safe.
Ninja sendiri.
Ninja main safe. Gak bisa nunggu dua-dua itu perang.
Oh, mereka ketemu aja. Udah tahu kan Ninja.
Gak, tapi si Ninja
ini lagi perang.
Lihat mau di-kill ya.
Gila, ini orang aman banget nih. Tapi ditembakin gara-gara ada mobil. Sendiri tapi 112 kayaknya.
122 tuh. Ninja sendiri.
Enggak. 1112. 1112. Gimana sih?
112.
Pokoknya satunya 3 aja.
122 kan ya.
122.
Mati semua.
accurate in his
Enggak,
hands.
dia yang
Despite
satu
he's
ada 3
defending his
orang.
team.
Yang satu ada 3 orang.
Meanwhile, we know Ninja is waiting patiently.
He is
Enggak, ini berdua. Nina sendirian.
Ninja sendirian.
Oh, iya. Yang di Dacia itu ya.
Only 4 people alive. He needs to find 3 faces, 3 bodies, whatever works for him, and make sure that these bullets find the target. But remember, Spike still has his M249. If he lays down, he gets an 80% bullet advantage because that gun, the tripod on the end of it will come out. He can just
Sekarang tinggal 1-1-2.
Standing players. I'm curious if he thinks there's no one here.
Mati. Anjing.
Gila.
Lagi parah.
Which side would have had the 2 players to the 1? He took the gamble.
Oh, di kill dia.
Enggak, dia mau nge-revive.
Itu di kill sama yang itu kayaknya.
Enggak
Nah,
sendiri dia.
sama dia nih. Di kill sama dia nih kalau nggak salah tadi. Ninja dibunuh dia guys tadi. Kalau nggak salah. Kalau yang bisa lihat replaynya coba dimundurin. Nah, si abang ini bukan yang nembak.
Oh,
Wow. Gila. Terbaik sih kayak gitu.
Udah menang ini.
Dia udah jaga itu sih.
Udah jaga area. Tergantung sih kalau ini dia main tahan kan aman.
Wah, maju anjir. Maju anjir.
gila. Gua nih gua. Maju mulu.
Wah, anjir. Gila. Agresif parah anjir.
Oh iya, toh wajar dia maju toh.
Kenapa?
Lagi nge-revive nggak bisa merhatiin.
Iya sih. Tapi tetap aja Gi. Iya lupa gue ini bukan third person ya.
Iya, third person jadi harus merhatiin.
Iya. Parah ini.
Ninja berarti juara 3 ya?
Iya di bonus pack tuh kan bener si Ninja itu bukan kalah M sama yang berdua tadi guys.
Yang belakang di belakang.
Sama yang ini yang menang nih. Gila.
Aturan rata itu.
Iya aturan rata. Kalau dia biarin aja main aman nih yang menang ini. Buy one dia sama Ninja.
He was on a complete tear through that game.
It was a great effort, I'll tell you that.
He just took the choice. It was one of 2 options, and for him, he walked into the 2-player squad rather than the solo guy. He had to move anyway, and that was the best cover available. You could see his mentality. It was the correct choice, but you've got to feel for him in that aspect. But right now, those kills were absolutely perfect. From Spike, he plays the
Mentalnya
he plays the timing. That guy
mentalnya beda anjir.
I've got to say it. On the other side of things, we've got so many
iya, gue juga tungguin anjir.
being the ones to really push these guys. I love seeing that. The Luminosity players, Ninja there, putting up a big performance for the AWM. Obviously, Chipsy as well, doing wonderfully. We saw, again, the Liquid guys in there for a long time. TSM being a nuisance once that third kind of circle came in.
Jauh banget poinnya ya, rank 1. 500.
Emang jauh. 140 ya. Tapi ada yang sama tuh peringkat 45. Terus 6 sampai 8. Lebih seru daripada Bang Okto yang main, ya iyalah. Ini pro player semua tadi dah. Live streamer tapi pro player juga.
Yes, I am here with Spike and Nazarene from Team Kings of Sosnovka.
Oh, yang
another winner
Reket ya, tim Reket ya. Raket listrik tadi.
Hyped up this whole time yesterday and today by
tambah 2 layar songong gitu.
Your Call of Duty, ex-Call of Duty Pro.
Udah ada sponsornya datang.
Belum 5 kan macam CCTV.
Belum aja ntar juga dia ada mimpi gitu kok.
Well, it was a different game. We didn't play our game. We played a lot on boats and stuff. We weren't swimmers, but we used the boat a lot, and we were always late to the party. And today we decided to make some.
Matanya kosong lihat, tatapan kosong.
And it played out.
Lagi panik kali
itu lagi nenangin diri toh.
Iya.
Absolutely massive 8 kills here. Even split up between the two of you, 8 kills is a lot.
Ini si MC nggak sopan kemarin kan?
Iya.
Si kurang ajar.
Are you hoping to continue this, as you said, making big plays in the game 2 and 3 and continue these top spots, or do you think you're going to start playing maybe a little safer later on in these games?
I I think we will find a balance.
Dan gak di
yang carry-in siapa tuh?
Yang kiri lah.
He wants to go full throttle and I'm his
Gitu lagi Tommy yang nggak dikasih toh.
So we trying to find a balance and we have our pen of luck this time.
So we didn't get jimat keberuntungan dong.
Kan aku bilang yang kayak krono basket.
So we got this one.
Yang 3 point ya?
But you're saying that yesterday you weren't quite as warmed up? Are you feeling...
We were warmed up, but we didn't play our game. We were like too scared and stuff like that. So, but we played a lot with respect to people here, and today we just like.
Warnanya di mana? Katanya sih di Jerman, guys. Koreksi kalau salah.
Are you hoping to maybe go pro with this esport, depending on how big this may or may not get?
I'm old, man. I'm old.
Ini $5 1 jam, guys.
Yeah, but the game is all about RNG a little bit. So that's why we came here. We came for with hope we will get some luck, and we get it. So, but I'm not gonna play competitively. But the game has potential for sure. If they fix the.
Iya, di luar negeri kalau warnet berapa ya harganya ya?
If they fix the water, that's definitely a point of contention there.
Ada ya pernah nggak yang keluar negeri terus main warnet?
Both of you, good luck in your next games. Now we're going to go to one more break before we go into game number 2 here in first person duos.
Mungkin di sana sebutannya game station ya. Yah, kedip gak tuh? Yah. Kok hilang suaranya gitu ya? Kegeser.
Iya. Dua-duanya kayaknya mau iklan deh.
Iya, bentar lagi iklan nih, siap-siap nih. Yang pertama, iklan Intel. Cerot. Makan. Itu tuh.
Headshot AKM anjir, gimana nggak sakit?
Iyalah. Kalau dia habis nge-first aid mati nggak ya? AKM. Tergantung pala kayaknya. Inet Cafe. Siap. Di Jepang murah. Berapa tuh? Oh, internetnya cuma sekitar 20-30 euro per bulan. Berarti emang Indo aja yang mahal ya? Kecepatannya udah bisa deh. Santai dong ngomongnya. Afrika Selatan juga murah, bodo amat. Nvidia, gue lupa. Nvidia, Intel, Nvidia, monitor 2 kali, terus pay save card, sama
HyperX.
Iya, HyperX Glow Alpha.
Bang, skip iklannya bang.
Yang tadi.
Arti piknik yuk, recording.
Hah?
Arti piknik.
Arti piknik apa?
Biar macem geng bis lucu.
Di party piknik.
Berapa duit?
Kayaknya cepet ya, atau 90 deh gitu.
Dia mini game ya sistemnya? Ya udah ayo.
Mini game. Gua kurang tahu deh, pokoknya di dalamnya itu banyak game sih.
Banyak mode gamenya.
Semacam Gmod mungkin ya. Bisa download map.
Kalau download map sih enggak.
Coba
ajak
server.
Yang 2 monitor gimana ya? Mau ngikut ya tuh?
Yang 2 monitor nggak bisa record malam.
Oh iya, nggak bisa record malam ya.
Di jam berapa sih? Jam 11, sebentar lagi tidur.
So imut lagi anjing.
Nggak enak badan tai.
Oh 120 toh.
Bisa minta nggak tuh?
Rainbow Six 130.000 doang ya?
Gue udah coba kemarin toh, nggak dikasih. Nggak tahu kalau lu ya. One Piece apa nih? Ada One Piece.
Rainbow Six bukannya mahal ya? Enggak ya? Dik,
Apa?
Rainbow Six
One Piece full
Udah
game.
tahu tanya Kelly.
kok murah banget 130.
More than 50
Perasaan
game.
lebih dari GoPay ya? Lebih dari 300.
Pet ada yang komentar Pet.
Apa?
Party panic kali, bukan party piknik.
Party panic.
Party piknik tuh.
Bodoh juga lu.
Apa ya? Adventure ya? Apa gimana?
Apa?
Ini ada One Piece Ultimate World Rap.
DLC-nya kayaknya. Bukan ya? Deluxe gitu.
Iya.
Oh, ya baru.
5 menit guys.
Duh, badan gue enak banget. Kenyang.
Pat,
Ah,
PUBG Pat.
orang mau recording lu?
Recording apaan lu?
Party.
Gue belum punya gamenya loh.
Gua nggak punya gamenya, Jay. Apaan itu?
Lu tinggal pada beli doang juga, abis pada jualin box bener-bener ya. Party piknik, party piknik tuh, party panik.
Piknik.
Ayo, come on.
Bib. Apaan?
Recording.
Give dong.
Si Gemma nggak ada, Jay. Gue PUBG dulu dah.
Wah. Sombong dia, Tok.
Bacot ya kamu, Pat.
Sombong, Tok. Nggak mau recording bareng, Tok.
Ngehack, bacot.
Maunya ada cewek doang.
Anjing.
Betul.
Lu anjing lu.
Maunya ada cewek doang baru mau bareng, Tok.
Bener sih. Apalagi kalau nyari tombol-tombol.
Oh.
Betul.
Kita mau mana pernah diajak, ayo mau Minecraft nggak? Nyari tombol. Nggak pernah.
Kita mau nyari tombolnya, tombol lain.
Soalnya apa? Nggak bakal naik kalau sama kita.
Iya, kalau kita tuh nggak naik, Toh.
Harus sama cewek, kalau nggak cewek ya Glenn. Udah pilihan
Nah.
dua. Gemma ikut, ya itu mah, ya modus
Pemanis.
doang, pemanis doang.
Gemma ikut pemanis.
Pemanis doang. Kalau nggak ada itu cewek nggak bakal diajak, gue yakin. Mana sih mau?
Oh ya, kalau ngomongnya sembarang ya. Saya pindah dulu ya.
Waduh.
Ya tuh, kabur kan?
Kabur. Ini nih live party dia.
Iya. Tombol-tombol aja. Dia 3 hari sih gue liat tombol mulu ya.
Lagi hype kayaknya tombol. Tombol misterius ini susah ditemukan.
Iya.
Ntar kita bikin lagi lah. Walaupun nggak ngerti caranya.
Rambutnya nggak ada niatan, Bang.
Itu apa ya? Siapa ya?
Hah?
Berarti lu berarti.
Audrey.
Ini duo first person, besok squad third person.
Gua nyari map Gmod buat besok ya.
Horror.
Mau?
Boleh.
Puzzle horror. Wah.
Jangan sampai kayak yang waktu terakhir itu anjing. Nggak jelas anjir. Awal-awalnya udah bagus sih. Hah?
Nih yang link yang PUBG tuh. Kalau lo mau ikut tim. Gue kasih ya. Udah gue pindah lagi ya.
Yo.
Aerowolf. Oh, Aerowolf Singapura tuh.
Aerowolf.
Turnamen online ya.
Di tempat gue juga ada yang share, katanya orang Indo mana?
Apa?
Itu katanya orang Indo.
Ini di CS:GO juga dia baru bikin server community kok, Pet. Singapura.
Ini kita lagi nunggu match kedua. Tadi match pertama.
Ada yang komen itu. You are
beres.
brilliant. I love this puzzle game. Very refreshing from the north.
Oke.
You need to make more of this map. They are fun.
Hadiahnya lumayan tuh.
Berapa?
Welcome back to the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds
Ratingnya
Invitational
12/10.
2017 and what is turning out to be a very spicy day. We've just seen game number 1.
12/10 lewat dong. Gimana anjir?
It was
hadiahnya
incredible to see and just watch it all unfold. We kind of saw some early kills here and there, but at the end the circle it did its damage. It started just taking players, eliminating them from the server, and then when that final circle came in, we had ARs in play, we had a couple of SMGs here and there, we had an ARM in the final 4, we had an M249 in the final 4, and honestly, it was just a crazy final circle.
Yeah, so let's go back to the final situation. We can play it so you guys can remember it again, and then put your mindset into what happened if this was third person from the other team's perspective. He doesn't know that within this moment, Spike is going to
kalau
consider
misalkan ada
pushing.
yang nanya
He's doing
yang
the
tahu
nading. In
bantu
third
jawab ya
person,
guys ya.
he could have
Minta
seen
tolong.
whether he's doing it or not. So there's the first player down. That's fine.
Nanti lah,
It's the
Pet. Gua
aggressive
kan
move
lagi.
that Spike brings
Ya,
out
nggak, maksudnya
in a
itu
couple of
linknya udah
seconds
gua kasih
after the
gitu
next
loh.
nade I think he throws down, where he starts to be the aggressor.
Oh, ini lebih
Now he
gede
doesn't
sih.
know if
Kalau
he's
bisa chat
peaking or
Steam,
not,
Pet.
but he's taken a
Itu chat
gamble.
Steam.
He's going to take the risk. In about
Lu mau nge-record malam
he's
ini?
waiting for it now. He's considering there
Malam
it goes.
ini kan tadi
Now, on the other
rencana mau
side of things,
ngerjain
the third person, the other team
party
would have seen this and taken the white peak
Party
when it
panik.
was safe to do so.
Oh, gua skip
Now
kalau
they were
malam
not
ini.
able to see it. He gets the win
Sok-sok
for
rumah lu.
taking the fight to them, being the aggressor. And for me, I prefer that game. I prefer that, having been consistently aware of the risks
Maunya
and
di
the dangers.
GWS-in.
In third person, you would not have seen that final. So again, to me, I'm really happy to see first person.
Habis di
I'm actually so happy to
GWS-in
see it work out
diludahin.
that way and see the fight happen as well.
Wah, ada AM Pet.
You know, quite a few times when you're doing third person,
Yeah.
you know they're either going to be healing up or picking the teammates up.
Gua tanya
He threw the
anti-mage
grenade,
AM.
which is going to make that player step back
Tadi
away
udah
from
kelewat
reviving his teammate,
minuman.
and then he has to go back and have another crack at it. In the
Mir.
meantime, he can just push forward. He can get up in the face, knock
Miras.
both the players
Yeah.
out by headshot. So
Anggur
incredible
merah.
from him. Just to throw this out there as well, we saw Ninja. That
Apa ya
was
AM ya?
an awesome play. It was the right play to do. He went for the
Terang-terangan
2-on-1, he
lagi.
went for the spray down.
Amir kan
50-50 challenge. What do you do? You just
Amir.
go for one that you see first. Unfortunately, he went for the wrong
Ini
play.
ada
But again, it's totally 50-50 and totally
Ini di
independent.
ininya,
How do
di
you
dia
got
orang.
that second kill? Because
Bukan tadi ada botol tapi isinya merah.
you then in a one-on-one scenario,
Oh.
Pansy.
Ya apa? Maksudnya apa coba?
Maksud ngapain maksudnya itu anjing?
Oh, itu pakai go. Oh, orang pada pakai go.
Down to kind of that one-on-one finish. Which seat would you have preferred to be in?
I'd prefer to be Spike.
Dia orang pakai headset yang merah gitu, kayak pakaian buat helikopter ya.
Iya,
Tapi itu
buat
bagus
drummer,
loh.
Ninja pushed
Drummer,
first, he made all the
helikopter.
noise, he gave his position up. He
Kedap.
kind of then moved into the
Terus
better
suaranya
position he
juga
was
lebih
looking to
enak.
get to. Let's say he won that 1v2.
Oh ya benar lu.
He'd then have the
Serius,
lower
ngaruh?
tip, well, the
Oh,
other
besok
tree
gua
on the
beli
other
lah.
side of things.
Waduh.
Spike would have had
Ya, paling
slightly
gocap,
higher
Pet.
ground. He could have readjusted, didn't have to play to the same
Dicolok
position he did
meleduk,
before, but he could have then just sat back. If the circle had gone the other way to Ninja's favor,
Habis
he
dia
could
mana?
have just lean peeked, wide peeked, and whatever he wanted, jiggle peeked the tree with the AWM, probably would have won it. But where the circle ended up being favorable, at least in my eyes, to
Makan di
Spike,
Sakura.
I think that would have always generally gone his
Iya.
way. He seemed like a diligent player.
Terus
Unless you saw a
sama
very
makan
individual
durian.
bit of brilliance from Ninja, which is
Durian
very
dan
possible,
diajakin temen
but it's
gua mau
unlikely. If you
montong
put
tadi.
two players at the same sort of level, you'd say everything then would have gone Spike's
Yang
way
montong kan ya.
eventually.
Wah,
But
one shoot
obviously,
goal.
Ninja
Sama
doesn't know
stat.
where the next circle is, he doesn't know where two players
Tahu
are.
aja.
It's things like that. But yeah, at
Cakep
the end of the
ya si
day, that
one
was
shoot
a
goal ya.
really nice piece. But actually, before I take credit for the full first person explanation, Jack Frags did give a bit of a reminder of that one. So
Ah, ada Jack
credit to
Frag
the
mana?
Battlefield god out there.
credit where credit's due. Now we're going to throw it
Gua
down to the bit where I believe we have an interview standing by with Tier 3 Gaming. So Cameron, over to you.
Sama. Aduh itu Jima.
Toh, malah sama tinggi toh. Beda dikit doang tinggi ya. Coba aja pendekkan lagi kayak Kopet.
Apa?
Dijadiin itu lagi.
Iya.
Kalau gua nggak cepol, gua cepol kan tuh bahasanya.
Si kampret ini kan.
Iya. Kurang ajar. Orang pendek. Nggak ngehargain orang pendek dia toh.
Iya. Soalnya dia kalau nyender kayak yang kemarin kayak maksa banget gitu loh. Agak tinggi soalnya.
Pip namanya siapa sih? Gue benci banget sama siapa namanya.
Nama apa Steam?
Soyun.
Zero kills for both of
Udah
us.
kok lu kasih nickname memang.
But early days I
Kasih nickname lah.
make a lot of mistakes too, but it's like
Ayo
it's
PUBG.
like good.
Ini kita nggak jadi recording malam ini nih.
Only cause of great airdrop with M24 I make kills.
Gua recording PUBG nih.
If I get my shotgun, maybe I don't kill anyone. So it's like all about situation. I hope next game we both kill most people.
Next level of performance.
Now both of you are streamers.
Next level of
Arma, you stream
Pasti datang
Battlegrounds,
marah-marah di
that's what you're telling
sini.
me. But you both come from different backgrounds. You used to play Counter-Strike in 1.6, and you used to actually be a StarCraft 2 professional. And Arma 3. But for StarCraft in particular, are there any similarities between the two games? Is there anything that you learned in StarCraft that you could actually bring over into Battlegrounds to be a good player?
I feel it's like most different games in the world.
Jack Frag yang mana sih orangnya?
To be unprofessional in some games, it's like similar way to play the game.
Jack Frag
You
point
try
blank.
hard, you play more,
Tai.
you think about game not
Itu
like
next
very
dick, tai.
emotional. You try to feel like you're professional, and you must think, and then maybe cry and run around.
Well, hopefully not cry too much. We're about to get back into game number 2, so I'm just going to wish both of you good luck on the next 2 games, and we're going to toss it back to Sims and Pansy while we go into game number 2.
I'll tell you one thing I have to mention in the interview with Pansy. When he mentioned, I know it's kind of my fault here. I'm making the mistakes and not necessarily just throwing it out there, blaming any other products that went down in the game, blaming any scenario or situation that was put on him. He says, look, I made a few mistakes. We didn't get any kills. It's time to reset, refocus, and get cracked on with this thing, which I hold a lot of respect for.
Yeah, it's good mentality. We are just going to get ourselves into the next round of things. Excuse me. As we wait, we can have a look down the players. But yeah, so far, all you guys at home again, get on Twitter, use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Thoughts so far on what we've seen? How are you preferring today to yesterday? What do you think of the first person mode? Give me your thoughts. Who do you think is going to do the next, big thing? Who's going to be the next winner in the next round? Looking here over at the Cloud9 boys.
Pesan Amerika sama Messi ya.
Give me your thoughts.
Paul got a banging game yesterday. It was
a creepy shot on Hayes.
It is.
That's the creepy. Poor guy.
Peering through, just through
Udah lobby nih.
Looks like everyone's getting logged into the server now. We are just going to make sure before saying we go live and before going live.
Please lah, jangan ada yang crash lagi atau apa.
Tadi ada yang nge-crash
2 kali.
Nggak nge-restart. Saya gue kira benerin apa dia, katanya benerin mic ya.
Oh look, they're giving out 1080s to the players, backpacks, level 1 helmets. I'm sat here like, can I get a cup of tea? Nah.
I've seen players with an i7. I've seen players with a 1080. I've seen players with hats.
If you wanna pop on over here,
throw any of those spare backpacks our way.
chuck us one, would you? It'd be nice. They do look cool though. If you want to check out the players'
Selalu ini paling banyak di shoot itu si one shot girl ini.
Really good seeing Yuki and THZ yesterday. Like I watched them, they kind of looked like a deer in the headlights. They were very dazed at the end of the day. They've just walked away with $30,000 after queuing up and qualifying. And then they were
Jack Frag nggak ada. Tadi komentator cuma bilang kalau Jack Frag pernah membahas PUBG di videonya begitu. Ada yang ngomong tuh, yang nyimak.
we're gonna have a crack at this little thing and
Kira
to
tadi ada
do
Jack
so
Frag.
damn well.
Lu mah cuman denger kata Jack Frag-nya doang.
Enggak, soalnya gue tadi kan kayak lagi nggak perhatiin kan, gue lagi sambil.
Berarti iya, bukan enggak dong.
PUBG raffle.
Kayak denger ada Jack Frag kayak kelewatan.
Iya, berarti iya, bukan enggak.
There's a couple of them in there. Samsung monitors, plenty of crates as well. We're going to be giving away through. And then we have the i7s also.
Jadi dia main Battlefield-nya gila sih. Sampai ada kotak khusus dia sendiri toh, divisinya dia gitu. Jadi kayak Battlefield tuh khususin punya kotak buat dia. Lu tau kan kayak dapat kotak-kotak gitu kan.
Oh iya.
Kotaknya namanya Jack Frag gitu.
Ya, itu pandamu kok di sana?
Ya.
Ya.
Ya, pandamu.
Diulang nggak kau gini? Diulang.
Lama lagi Pet. Asli Pet lama parah. Iklan 3 kali, interview, nunggu 5 menit.
Sekitar 10 menit.
10 menit.
Ngulang aja nunggu 10 menit.
Iya.
Makan tai.
Lu bakal lihat iklan lagi. Lu bakal ngelihat interview atau bakalan nunggu 5 menit yang kayak screen awal.
Itu kayak masih ada pada terbang-terbangan tuh belum pada keluar.
Tapi hilang tuh padamu.
Memang itu memang
udah.
tadi tuh.
Ya udah. Nggak jadi. Yeay.
Pandamu tadi pesawat.
Udah itu tuh turun di Novo, lihat. Turun di Novo.
Iya benar. Gerak. Oh ya gerak tuh.
Yeay.
Novo turun AFK lagi tuh.
Enggak itu gerak.
Itu gerak tadi gerak.
Akhirnya.
Temen di mana temen?
Enggak. Gerak ya enggak ada.
Jangan ngulang lah.
You would expect so. We actually have two
sekolah
squads. We have
dua.
Sakisha and Julie on one side, Flom and Alex
squad.
level 2.
Wah,
Just
Mang
inside
Alek
the
tuh.
hallways waiting there. They're already getting kitted, they're already getting weapons.
Mas
So
Alek.
the players above, they'll be able to get, you've usually got a shotgun, usually got an AR, maybe an SMG kicking around on the roof. You can definitely at least pick up one weapon. Meanwhile, you go downstairs. This is where you get your shotgun. This is early game tactics. A couple of pans there so they can cover their ass quite literally. Nice level 2 vest for him. But shotgun's so important in school.
Betul.
2 reasons. 1, it's up close and personal, very much in your face. 2, you don't expect people to have that much armor. Lacking
Gue ikut aja
helmets,
sih ngomong
lacking
betul, emang dia ngomong apa ya?
vests, you do so much
Shotgun penting banget kalau di sekolah.
Kalau di awal-awal sih nggak usah di sekolah.
And now Bricks left last man standing on his
Bisa
team.
dicuekin.
Cast it, not with no armor and
Biar
with a
senjata.
handgun.
Temannya mah udah mati.
You can see Moondai and Lost aiming now, looking for the follow-up kill, wondering where that teammate's gone to. And Brace is trying to run out. Squeeze there. Getting picked up.
Shotgun aja ngeflick anjir.
Itu ngapa temennya tadi ada yang panitia ada yang kayak muter jari gitu toh.
Kayak ganti apa?
Iya kayak ganti apa gitu.
Rata bener kan? Bisa kan?
Itu Mas Alek ya? Jago juga Mas Alek.
Kliknya bagus.
And now they will do that, get the health back
Kedip
as well,
ya,
run
skill
around,
kedip
try and
itu.
find some more meds. Seeing
Anak-anak
plenty more things go
TSM
down. We're going to see
berbahaya.
Pony Rider talking out Avenger. Also, World knocked out.
Pandamu
Big Star. Is that
berenang
his
loh.
Teammate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
DC.
just killed himself and his
Kok nggak
teammate with
ada
a grenade.
namanya itu
DC.
deh?
Have no
DC
idea what just
semua.
happened.
He's just
Ya.
Oh iya, seperti tadi panitia itu suruh ngulang ya Gi ya?
So that's why
Iya.
okay, that's why they're killing each other.
Panitia bilang ke TSM siapa tadi?
We're just getting
Teman
information now.
temennya Break.
We will continue.
Tadi suruh keluar ngulang.
Tidak.
Dulu.
just enjoy the foghorn that someone's letting go in Gamescom. This is what I listen to. It makes me very sad.
Lama
Sorry about
lagi.
this one, guys. Nothing we can do. We'll feed you the information as we receive it. They're going to go for a full reset. We can see in the player cams there were a couple of questions happening, so we knew something was going to happen. Obviously, Moondai. No, not Moondai. Excuse me. Fandra at the start move, having some issues, and now we're moving back. But we'll get it reset and restarted, and we'll crack on with it.
Tolonglah jangan ada iklan lagi lah, tolonglah.
Scum still got his transfers on.
I want one of
Stode
those.
mana Stode?
Nice,
Tadi di berapa Stode?
It is quite warm in here.
It's very warm in here.
It's warm, it's loud.
Look at that, Liquid and Cloud9 so close together. EU versus NA, it's already begun, Panzer.
Kita kapan tuh masuk Cloud9 toh?
Cloud 1 aja dulu.
I love how you're coming up with it on Wednesday. How many people just love a free bit?
Tuh, dia aja pakai Logitech 102 tuh toh.
It's a USB stick. It's only 1 gig.
Apa? Tuh, Logitech 102 tuh.
Mouse punya lu tuh.
Headset punya gua tuh.
Anjir.
Beda dikit sih.
Kenapa kita cupu tuh?
Beda ya.
Sensornya bagus.
Bagus kok 102. Iya. Ya maksudnya untuk harga segitu udah bagus.
Main FPS gini yang penting sensornya.
Absolutely love Lex.
Tapi yang gue bingung,
one of the players
DPI mereka kenapa kecil-kecil ya 400.
He's a very, very good player actually. Obviously went into CSGO,
gue juga sama,
known back in the day for being part of the North
Game
American
paling
team
susah di
before the
cash.
so, again, seeing these players
Kayaknya
come
selalu miss skill atau deadnya. Kalau casternya dia merhatiin notif terus di sebelah kiri, itu nggak bakal miss.
You can probably hear the rabble of people behind me. There's
itu sih
a
ini
lot
kan.
of people. There's a lot of people here.
Aduh yang live.
It's kind of like an E3 kind of
ya?
hack sort of thing.
Yang rambutnya merah itu loh.
Just imagine a lot more humans. Now, at the moment, we're in a nice area.
Yang di YouTube, yang di YouTube juga kan, bukan Twitch kan kan?
I think they're chanting now for free T-shirt, please.
Ya.
That's honestly not.
Lagi.
One shot girl.
20 meg.
Di sebelahnya menyeramkan.
Sadar kamera.
It's free.
Love it. So opposite us, there's the Twitch booth. And there's loads of booths around us, to be fair. But people, for some reason, seem to sit down on the floor and just not move. And I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Imagine you're just trying to do your shopping, right? Imagine you're just going down, popping down to the shops. Someone in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, any other brand. You know, take wherever you want. Just have a sit down. So I can't get my milk.
Apa lagi Red Bull diliatin?
What?
People who actually bring a small stool and put it in the middle.
Oh,
have you seen that?
I've seen it. The little fold-out camping ones.
You know what? Great to think ahead. I don't mind you doing that outside, but why do it in the walkway? Why would you set up a camp and just, you know, start cooking food and building a house? You know, you don't pay rent for that.
No.
Please move on. People are trying to walk here.
But yeah, I do want to know if you guys have ever been to a convention like this. So you understand our pain.
Well, ini si Fitstar nih.
We've honestly exhausted what we can say at this point. I could run you through the individual stats.
Ya, kasian banget sih giran dideketin diganti.
And I'm pretty sure at this point it was actually Spike prior to this who actually took down Ninja as well. So he had a really good position watching the cross on the push-up. So it wasn't even the two players that Ninja was fighting who got the kill. Then it was Spike watching as he crossed over. It might have just been like one shot that he hit essentially at the end of it. But still, yeah, that's just my roundup for the day. I'll keep you updated if there's anything else that marginally annoys me. But yeah, that's about it.
3 pencet MC.
Kan gue lagi perang itu anjir.
Tambahin Pip yang ini Pip. Yang mana?
Si Kopet nih.
Dia ketutupan anjing mak gua ketutup. Nih gua sambil recording ya.
Cabut dulu, cabut.
Cabut nak. Ya.
Ini kalau chatting keluar di kanan bawah.
Udah mulai toh. Udah mulai.
And just clip him around the back.
Yuk, dah.
Don't do this. Just
Udah pergi sana. Udah mulai nih.
You'll be good to go.
Nggak apa-apa recording PUBG ini di sini aja.
I'm actually in suspense now whether everyone makes it. Is it like the final circle?
Udah gua nonton dari handphone.
But
asik dong
use the hashtag battlegrounds.
Support the casters.
Let Pansy know.
One tweet a day can save one caster.
Nih, gue main PUBG sambil nonton live ini, gue sambil recording juga.
We'll be finding out if this one is going to get underway with no problems attached to it. Hopefully that will be the case. I'd love to see a good old game. We'll start getting revved up once we see them all safely locked into the. I don't know, bit of metal that flies through the sky. You jump out of.
I don't like flying.
That's weird, isn't it?
Never been a big fan. How does that amount of metal fly through the air? So comfortable.
So comfortable.
I had a rough trip a couple of weeks ago. I had to go through a very nasty storm, and I was scared.
Did you put on the soundtrack of I'm expecting to die, so I want to like listen to something quite cool?
I put my hood up, I put my head down, and the guy next to me was absolutely in hysterics because he was loving it. It was like a roller coaster ride for him. He had like a beer in his hand. He's like, "Oh, hey, this is fun." Like, no,
Percaya kata temen nih.
Speaking of planes, though,
This
one has left the tarmac, so see where she comes in from. Which side's it gonna be? Actually, it's going to be from the south, so straight over Millie Beach, just for the left-hand side of the middle as well. We'll see if anyone does first to step off the plane, and here we go. Ninja and Chipsy once again being those people that are first out of the plane. They were first out last time as they made their way to Zaki. OG7's there as well. Several other people. I'm seeing Moondai and seeing Sixy.
Menang dong, Q18 lagi.
Sixy actually and Roms, they're going to go over to Primorsk. Muls and Vic, they're also making the way to Sosnovka
Sayang banget.
Maybe they will try and push Nova because if they come in late to Millie Base, they could be in trouble, Pansy.
Yeah, keep your eyes on people looking at the roads essentially, because they'll just go Novo. As soon as they see a car, just dive down early, get it, go. That's probably what I'd say the Luminosity guys are doing. It'd probably be the better choice. There's not that much loot otherwise around that area. Yeah, so I'd hope they're going to go for that. It's a good idea to get out as early as possible and just get that car going over, get the safest loot you can. But here comes a spread up basically. There's no like massively popular places to go to. Georgia Pole would be interesting to see if people actually commit to it. If they go for the early shoot pop, head over there.
Si Octo kemana nih? Tadi dia ngomong tiduran.
High chance spawn for a car.
Sixy and Rob, we saw earlier on, making their way to Prim. We'll bring that map up again. I want to see where more people are going. I want to try and build the story here where we're going to be seeing these fights and engagements potentially going down. People already landed inside Pachinki. This is Jim, one of our qualified teams from yesterday. Nice easy way to get a scar off the drop also.
Tapi kan suara Twitch-nya gua kan
hearing some shots here. We have a fight, same place last time. Chappy, the C9 guys, they have landed already inside Pachinki, so wanting to claim themselves as the kings of Pachinki for a second time round. Anger will find himself plenty of meds, little Red Bull, cheeky Red Bull as well. Only got a handgun, so he needs to find a better gun very, very soon, but he's still got a mini compound. Circle has just popped and they are at least inside it.
Yeah, I actually like Scott when you can assassin creep across all the roofs. Maybe not for the first loot. It's maybe a nice spot if you get pushed out of Roshok possibly and then head over. Can be nice. Yeah, he's found a scar anyway. He's got a little bit of armor, level 2 helmet. Actually pretty decent.
Lebih parah dari
Still
api.
got some shoots coming out. You can see going for the long parachutes here. Maybe heading over to but again, essentially, is if we miss out on the cars, then we'll need to have to go to these sort of things.
Ngeri gua kayak api kemarin.
He's following their flight path. Every time they move, no, he's actually going to die. Can you imagine if you're just hunting people down like Jad got done the other day when you just run them over off spot? Some very long flyers. You can see 3 people still in the air.
Habisnya mukanya engkong manja gitu, Bet. Lu aja jijik kan? Bayangkan.
Ayo gamenya ini apa ya?
Gua sih nggak jijik sih kalau lu gak tambah-tambahin manja gitu.
Drop.
Kepencet guys. Maafin gua. Detikannya berapa ya? 3, 38, 37, 36, 35. Oke. Tadi nggak sengaja kepencet.
Start meninggal.
Oh, di Twitch bukannya nggak bisa dimundurin ya toh?
Nggak bisa. Tapi kan kalau misalkan lu ada salah-salah dikit itu ada beberapa detik delay.
Gua benci. Nyangkut di tengah-tengah, gua benci. Wak.
Roms and Sixy now they've taken out one. I believe there's one shotgun's going to be the last player on that team there, so they can still at least keep looting. They get a bit more time. They freed up some more map.
Terus lu nge-record gitu, Pak?
Iya.
Orang lagi nobar, live streaming lu record gitu.
I'm interested to see whether MPR does actually have any gear, so to speak, or he's just unfortunately turning up late after a very bad drop. I wouldn't expect TSM to.
Belum tentu menang juga.
Belum
jadi konten.
Keliling gua orang mulu nih.
Di bawah. Just purely because you can see the doors open on the roof side. Really, it's a good idea that people are close by. Listening out for sound as he holds the stairs. Full auto on the Mac 10 on the Uzi, should I say. Getting MPR into a good position. You can see them working together. He can be the kind of more static point. And APR more mobile, try and flank in towards it. He's going to probably mark up
pada orang
steps where he expects.
All the way around. We saw this yesterday from Break, just marking the map. I mean, you do it anywhere yourself. When you do it, you look on the maps, you drop a marker down.
Belakang
You
sini.
give his teammates some information. He's probably gone into that building.
Arah ini rumah sini.
Berdua pada berisik aja.
I would say,
Oh my god.
He's right in between them. This could be huge. I don't. There's so many places. He's going to spot him. He's spotted him out. This could be pretty much done. So you can see instantly API.
Gila.
Nice, gila.
Ih.
Pintu dia tuh.
Wah, kena. Oke. Nice cover. Nice cover. Ngelut dulu.
Dulu kan.
Kayak di belakang
Sampai masuk.
Biar masuk dulu.
Just so you get API into the safe position. And you might as well use your time responsibly, shut the door, get the revive in.
Kayaknya dia ribet banget ya, harusnya nungguin temennya dulu masuk kali ya.
Atas mana, Pip?
Viewer otak bumi
Dua depan gua ada dua, ada empat.
Chilling up here in Yasnaya. MPI, you can see, you did just see that battle go down.
Itu temenan kan ya?
Pony Rider and Avenger
Atas
also
ini,
in
Pip.
Yasnaya, so still 3 teams here, still everything to play for.
Aduh, udah kena dua. Tahu Nima, yuk tahu Cheng
He's
main
gone
ha.
for the classic. I appreciate that. There's Gassi Mexican. We haven't
Well
seen much of this
banget
man
lagi.
throughout,
mampus lu,
but
manggil aku.
see how he's doing this time.
Lau
So he's gone
coy
for
nih, semua
banana
coy
houses
na.
down towards the bridge,
Gua ngeliat.
Itu orang Chinese semua tuh. Tadi gua bacotin udah.
from it though. That's but look, he's got
Just
company.
about to say,
The previous winners are here.
you've
China
always,
number
the
one,
one thing
China
I
number
tend to
one.
find about this, because there's easy accessibility down
Ternyata
to
gua
the
cuma
military
beceng nih
base,
jarak
especially
jauhnya
when you
nih.
looked at the plane route that took.
Ini gua lagi live streaming ya guys ya, tolong ya.
Even if you turn late game, someone's like, nah, I'm just gonna chill in these because there's
Apa-apa
so much
udah.
cover, there's so much containment in them. But you mentioned it perfectly.
Serasa lagi
They
turnamen.
have our previous winners, and these guys are super aggressive. They've got a cracking shot on them, a cracking nice bit of aim. It's whether or not they know the people on the opposing side.
I wonder if Mazzarini now
Gua
might
buktiin
split
nih,
out
gua
the
bisa
doors
nih.
open in the other compound. I'm not sure yet. They seem very unaware of each other so far. They haven't spotted it.
He's looking.
And he is looking at it, but the doors are shut
Is he
from what I
gonna
can
go for
see.
the
Mampus
So he
lu.
might go on he might go the long way around, which is
Berak,
a
kalian
really good way of
ribut
doing it.
banget ya.
And it looks like Gassi Mexican and go a little. They're kind of into their looting right now, and you can see the approach. It's very nice. He's not silhouetting on the top of the ridge. He's peeking up and over
Mantap dah.
occasionally. Then jiggling around, not
Ini
going to
nih,
allow
gua di depan-depanan nih.
It's going to be Hayes spraying in, praying.
Nggak ada yang peduli anjir, lu kan nge-record.
Aiming goes down.
Bukan live streaming, nggak ada yang peduli gitu loh.
And there it is.
Octo berisik
As
deh.
you like. Good positioning from him, but you can see this play. Spike seems very aware that there could be people in these buildings.
I love where his teammate is in comparison to him. This is kind of what we saw earlier on coming out of TSM. Just 2 players working in tandem together. As we moved
Tailah,
across
gua nggak kelihatan apa-apa nih.
to his POV, though, these guys know exactly where they are now. They have an idea, or at least they know that these people are kind of creeping up around them, just on the horizon here. Gassi Mexican, he does, and he spots one of them, tags him up, so he's going to be
Dua hit ya?
dinked.
Nggak ada orang apa?
25% of
Dua
his
hit apa satu
HP
sih?
off.
Satu ya?
Work from Gassi then to go to spot
Kelihatannya
that
mah
react.
dua.
Fullback as well,
Tapi
find a bit of cover.
damage-nya lihat
The
kecil
problem is
banget.
you're
Yang
safe to
darahnya
cross out
satu.
from this position. You can run to the rocks, but there's still a
Kaki
good
tadi
gap
kayaknya
between
tuh.
you and them. And it looks like Spike and Mazzarini going to
Wah,
take a long way
nyesel
around. They can
nolongin
just back
Apip.
from this fight. They can disengage. You know there's going to take some time for Gassi Mexican, if I can get my words right, and Curvy Llama to understand that they've fallen off. You don't get the full information, of course. So now let's have a little look across the map where else is going
Gila
on.
lu.
We still have the Nova, well not fight, but the loot going on. They're still down there. Gassi Mexican
nih.
still
Dua
eyeing
hit
up, see if
dia,
he can spot
tapi
them out here at this point.
darahnya nggak banyak itu
Pip,
Pip,
kayaknya.
asal lu tahu nih Pip, gua kali
Tangan
4
atau
kali 2 nih Pip.
We know they're aggressive pair. And here they come again. They're coming back for more. Unless they're just going to grab
gua
this
cek
bogey
mayat
and
lu
get the
nggak ada
hell out of
anjing.
there, which is kind of looking like the
Are they
play.
baiting it? They might bait the noise. So Spike might just drive
Kabur.
away,
Tahu,
bait
dai.
the noise, and leave
Nih,
Mazzarini
gua.
to watch it, or they can literally just back off. There's no need to
gantian
stick
tuh.
around here. There's still plenty of options. And there's
Punya.
players everywhere. Look down at the petrol station too. There's someone
Kali
watching
gua
that.
udah
If they
ada
go
nih di
for
gua
it,
2
that
nih.
could be another problem, but they'll probably go to the farmhouse or even just further away. Just
Ya
kind of
udah di loot
disengage on
juga
this.
lagi,
You're not
revolver
getting much
pelor
loot
gak
out of it
ada.
anyway. You need somewhere else to fall back to.
Lu
And
jangan
it looks
salah.
like we're going to be going to,
Ini 1 lawan
there's
58
a
nih.
small town here. They can head to again.
Yang jadi
mostly
masalah itu
supplementing
berisik,
the loot. You're not
bego.
looking to pick up masses. At this point, you're very unlikely.
Lu berisik,
So I wonder
anjing.
if there's anyone
They're going to
waiting.
avoid it. They're going to avoid it. They're going to
Kita
carry
kan
on.
semua
But
juga lagi
unfortunately, they've got
berisik
C9 right in front of them. If they go to the
Nontonnya
compound.
jadi aneh ya, iya pasti aneh guys.
They were up in Stauber last time we
Nggak
looked.
nyambung jadinya.
So they've moved a little bit down the hill, dropping a bit of gear here and there,
The
making sure that
smokes
you can
take
at
up
least tank it up.
huge amount of space in your inventory for no damn reason, but they do. So you don't need, well, you might need more than one, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on his behalf, but Again, just going to try and give himself a bit more space. But look, we've got other player here. Jared's over here, and so's another teammate.
Oh,
This is a
Jared
very
itu
small compound.
nyamperin every more.
Maybe,
Iya
but
kayaknya.
I don't think you'd expect this. Unit's in a good position, leaving everyone.
Itu yang baru datang tadi bukan sih? Yang naik gagi bukan ya?
Bukan.
Bukan.
Looking out from the top of the building, looking one way.
Jauh tuh.
Jauh ya.
12 ke Yasnaya.
Makanya, kok jauh ya kata gue.
Just purely because they're playing on the other side of the compound, so it's kind of more towards the southwest they're crossing out from. I don't think they're going to be able to see it.
See how this one does pan out. Evermore, time to drive away, which they do. Teammate in the back as well.
Yunrut nih.
Carry on the leaders, and they're just going to get the hell out of that town, and that squadron will at least be able.
Ayo, pindah dulu biar bisa berisik nih.
Pantat bukannya dari tadi.
Liquid though.
Apip nggak mau pindah tadi.
Lo.
Zion as well with an UMP there. And it almost moves in to 70 remaining. Stoda still up in Severny. Jad will be moving down after him very shortly.
Who's the Milta duo as well? I'm kind of curious who's over there. There's two teams on that one. We are aware of the sound issues, by the way. We'll work on that, guys. Do not worry. Liquid claiming a couple of victims, it seems. Set themselves up in Gatka, in the main part of town, not in just the random fields. And I actually quite like Gatka, even though it's in a very open environment. There's enough cover and kind of foliage, bit of terrain adjustments, so you can actually exit in and out from.
It's this side of Gatka though. Those bushes you can just lay down and nobody can see you whatsoever. I've accidentally run somebody over by just turning up to that. They've just been laid down, just been a bit of a cheeky baby. It's like, oh, I didn't even know you were there, friend. I'm sorry about that. I feel quite bad, but also quite happy that I run you over. So you've got to be very careful.
Andy Pyro ini live streamer Twitch apa?
It can be very campy because it's a great building.
Wait, Glenn.
Out into the field. The first one that you enter, you go on the top, and the amount of times you'll see
Glenn main guys.
from there. Same place here. You've obviously got the V trenches just behind you.
Ini match
V
kedua.
trenches, they're quite good for moving up. You need to be careful that you don't drive into it because you will get your car stuck. And now we'll just see Panda Gaming. They're going to wander around and make sure that everybody. This entire compound is clear. Puts his gun to single fire if he wants to try and one-tap somebody. Sakisha and Julia do have a compound of their own, though, and it looks like Sakisha's actually got eyes on Flom over there. Mythic just on the hill, laid down. And he realized that SKS in the back pocket also. So I think these guys know someone's around in this compound with them. It'd be great to see on the observer just exactly where this team is in comparison to them, because they're looking very cautious. They're opening and closing doors to try and bait things out, bait some noise, and also cover them, make sure no one's got eyes on them. Liquid, though, will just continue looting. And here you go. Now we know where they are. So Stylish, Noob, and Shaka, they're going to move into Gatka. But again, this is the building I was speaking about, Pansy. Liquid are just holding
ini sampai 3
strong.
match, ini match kedua. Ntar ada lagi
Because
terakhir.
it's so damn high up and you do have that wall, it is quite hard to hit these guys. They can crouch down, especially because the guys are on the floor. You won't be able to see them. They can just bob and weave if they need to.
Whoa! Whoa! Nice. Kaget parah sih itu. Kaget parah. Ih, military base. Enggak, antara nggak hancur atau delay, Dik. Suka gitu kan.
Ntar dulu, lihat dulu helmnya hancur kayak tadi.
Makanya. Kayaknya emang kena pala deh. Gue nggak ngerti bahasanya Cina sih. Wow, Snow Mountain kena. Hati-hati, Stode panik ya. Berhenti nggak sih? Nggak kedengeran? Aduh ini, Mas Ale kena. Mas Ale kena.
Si Flom kecewa.
Aduh yang tadi anjir kesel dah. Nggak diliatin dong kelanjutannya. Malah fokus sama Mas Ale. Kar Saka
itu dari balik rumah yang itu. Nah itu. Nice banget.
At this sort of environment, you're going to be getting easier revives on that. You'll lose out on helmets, which is going to be a huge issue down the line. You should be getting revives as you are in cover. You can fall back to that, but Gatka seems to be this hot kind of property right now. I'm kind of curious as to why, but nice shot from Shaka to land it, just nice and clean. We know the Moleman as well as players who will not stand still.
Itu yang di dalam.
Very good with his movement. So again,
enggak, gue kira cuman dua doang dalam circle. Sisanya di luar.
Very keeping much.
Wadaw.
A lot of tabs on it.
Oh, Tonde selamat kok. Kabur.
Kemana dia? Kanan ya? Oh iya. Berarti ninggalin si Sultan Mountain ya?
I do want to see what's happening on that bridge. If we can get a look towards that one eventually, that would be lovely. See what they're up to over there, because that could be a crescendo point. Panda are moving into the other Panda team though, so a bit of a Panda battle going down here. This is Ninja actually in the boat, and they're not actually on top of the bridge.
Kena nggak, Dik? Kena nggak, Dik?
Climbing that one, but no, not going to go for that. Who's over there going to be looking out for any other players, but no, he doesn't spot them anymore. The bridge already could be certainly contested, but
tapi kalau nggak salah di atas jembatan ada orang nungguin kan?
Iya, ada.
Spray down.
That's going to be interrogated, taken down by Bits. Still getting tagged up. Edaculus knows that the players are there, so he needs to be careful. Will lean round, tries to get in through the window.
Kena pala tuh.
Absolutely fantastic effort. Meanwhile, though, there's still this one-on-one battle. They're cracking at each other left, right, and center. He does poke out. Will jump back again. Takes down Bits himself. And now we move into this one-on-one. This is going to be crucial because whoever wins this is going to revive their teammate.
Ada sih.
Oh, diledakin. Oh, nyaris.
Completely destroy any car. He knows it. Good work from Edaculus to adjust to the tree already.
Gila battle-nya.
Oh!
GG.
Ini berbahaya.
Serem anjir.
Tuh kan.
Gila. Nggak expect parah itu. Hollow sih.
So now Mithrin, unfortunately, he's going to be eliminated also. You can see there, Jimmer doing some serious work. Flom's POV trying to get a long distance tag on the U as it works away. You hear the shots cracking off in his headphones as well.
Kok mukanya kayak di spare gitu ya? Iya gak sih? Kayak ya elah. Mas Alek.
And down he goes, cracking win there for TSM. They'll get inside the hut, they'll get the revive as well. And now we're just going to be going through, floating through people. Cross nose the crit there. You can see
by the way, space campnya kemana ke atas
iya juga. Atasnya gitu ya, kayak stadion.
Iya, atas.
Stadion bola ya?
Yeah, I don't think Big Star's going to get a revive here unless there's a bit of a hero work coming out.
If he drives over and gets hit, that would be...
Could do.
He could do
I don't know why he's leaving it.
Oh, he's like, no, I'm sorry, but come out.
Oh my god. That's Game of Thrones style sort of, knife in the back there.
Itu kenapa itu?
So easy. There's time on the serve. The players weren't even
Ketembak.
moved in yet. That's cruelty. That is
oh, knock from falling. Kok ditinggalin sih? Iya. Kok ditinggalin? What?
Ini bukan yang itu mah.
But yeah, we're just going to go back and take a look at this replay because they could the tiniest of gaps. Give the man an inch, he'll take a mile.
Iya, temannya dia kan knock tadi. Tapi
gak tau knocknya sama siapa itu mah. Kalau yang
oh iya, yang falling yang orang lain ya.
Orang lain.
Iya bener juga. Makanya agak aneh gitu.
Mau ke Gaka dia cari mati.
That car's looking a little bit, broken at this point, down to very minimal amounts of health.
If he goes up against someone with an AKM or anything else that fires 7.62, remember it is only a full clip of ammo. 30 bullets will blow that thing up. Two people here. Looks like Anger and his teammate Adren have just dropped in with the UAs and just said,
kayaknya suaranya.
We're going to go in the tunnels. We're going to wait for people to come to us.
Wah, ya. Suaranya yang ini.
Iya, suaranya yang ini.
Extremities of them to use like the ladders. People often get confused in there, like, well, I can't leave, and they're trying to like sprint up the side of the kind of, I guess the long lines of trenches there.
Oh, someone's gonna come behind.
He's gonna walk you right into the trend. Trend's just gonna say, look, you got your teammate. He's
Selokan kematian anjir.
He's given us some in-game items. Sorry, mate. We're gonna take you down.
Now, the interesting thing is that he turned up in the US. Now he has died. All these guys have seen this in the kill feed. So now C9 knows somebody's lurking down there. They've been given the information. They've heard the shots fired. They know someone is peeping and creeping. So they're going to be extremely careful. Back to Spike here. Does have the AKM, has the silencer, and still has that scope. At least if he wants to take any one-on-one battles, he can do. It's on a full auto spray.
Yep. Here it is. That's him
terciduk
walking in, unaware.
Yeah.
Right sort of spots. Nice adjustment quickly though. He actually always got right up to the spot, but you've got to be pre-aiming and look at this battle. There's 3 teams in this tiny area.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
In real trouble. They're going to be making so much noise.
Yang dalam rumah harusnya menang sih.
The whole Panda team is here. Oh god, they're in the same
Oh.
place. This is
Nggak sadar.
Iya, nggak sadar.
I don't think Spike knows this.
Oh my god.
They've completely baited up this building. They've
Will
not
they
moved.
expect
Oh,
it? Did they
nyadar.
Oh,
know
nyadar,
something?
nyadar.
Hilang, ada yang
Heard
hilang
something, but there's
barang.
two
Ah.
players' eyes trained
Barangnya ada
on
yang
this.
hilang.
Iya.
Sadar
Pelor
nih.
atau
Wouldn't
apa.
be them right now.
Ada senjatanya nggak ada pelor.
So they have information. They must have heard something.
Mati nggak?
He's gonna poke up.
Yo.
To him, will now move away. Those players have no
Langsung
reason to
kabur.
like, okay, we need to
Harusnya mati sih.
But they don't realise
Iya kan?
there's people waiting outside.
Itu yang lain.
Gonna fall. Brick takes
Yang
down
lain itu.
two.
Itu bukannya balkonnya deket ngadep rumah ini ya, Dik? Bukan ya?
Just so many people
Bukan
inside
deh
this
kayaknya,
compound.
sebelah
Both
kirinya
Panda
lagi.
teams, this team also.
Itu kalau lewat pintu tadi
this
harusnya.
circle moves,
Bener loh, nggak ditembak loh.
Oh iya,
force them
benar.
all out. The push back to where they started.
Oh kayaknya ngejar ke bawah ya.
Brick though, TSM, that's them
Eh
playing the late
enggak.
game, going all the way
Harusnya
down.
kena tadi ya.
Harusnya.
Have a look at his Team Liquid over here. Ollie's got a level 3 helmet on as well.
Nambah lagi tuh yang datang.
Lewat.
Gila.
Gila.
His health goes
Darahnya.
even more down. They need to find a compound. They need to get healed up quickly.
Satu hitaka down sih
They're
pasti.
looking though. They're questioning where do we want to go at this point. They're going to move to the slower side of the circle. More than likely see them bail. I very much doubt they'll drive in so heavily tanked up. Still, Adrenaline Anger just chilling in the Hobbit cave. Fair play to them. There's no reason for them to move whatsoever. You don't have to do it. Serenity and Oshi still alive. ACOG on the M4. If that's got some really good gear, like a stock on it
Oh, this
also.
could be nice. Good tag
Great
as well
shots.
towards Steve-O there. But she has the blue against her. She's got to move herself in as quickly as she can. And she knows it. You can see the panic there. She knows that she has to make a move soon. They're not that close, about halfway. You can see the running man midway through. Oshi is going to try and quicken this up. She's going to hold the
Tenang
angle so he
banget
can't
dia.
peek. But Oshi needs to alleviate the player by the tree. Find him as quickly as he can. Otherwise, they will not be able
Oh,
to move. There it is.
ketahuan,
Suppresses
Bu,
on
tapi
board.
miss.
Land the shot, Oshi 7. Otherwise,
Oh!
knocks one out. Steve-O down. Where's the teammate?
They're working in tandem though, they're working as a duo, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Itu
And now
kena-
it's Serenity to move into a better position.
Kena
so she can
sandwich
try
sih
and tap
kalau
the
yang
sky and force it
yang
out.
Serenity-nya
Oshi on one
ngeflank.
side, Serenity on the
Ya,
other. Should be
ya, bye
These
bye.
guys can move. Meanwhile, Spike's trying to flush
Through the
out the
grates, you are
Panda guys.
brave.
9 times out of 10 that
Oh,
always
ini
bounces
masih
back and
selamat
hits
yang
me in
dua
the
orang
face.
tadi.
I've killed myself so many times. It's not even funny.
Soalnya
Mazzarini
masuk
and Spike need
selokan
to
ya.
be careful though, because remember we've still got a Dren camping the caves here.
Look, there's players everywhere.
Kita
This is what I'm doing for this
selokan
game. You
berdarah.
an environment, lots of pressure, and you value the basically staying alive to the very end. And oh my god, they're seeing them all. The spray comes in. Mazzarini's found Borg. He's looking for more. Spike is there in tow, but they split up. Could there be players here? They haven't cleared these buildings all that meticulously. There could be problems everywhere, but they've just got to commit. They have to find somewhere quickly. The revive's coming out, but look how low Sweater is as well. This nade could be deadly. It goes in. No, excuse me, there's a smoke. This could buy time. This is going to cover the sound. He's going to go on the flank. You can see how aggressive Spike is. This guy wants blood.
But where's the Dren?
Itu yang
In all
tadi
this
keluar
time,
selokan
where
berdarah bukan
Mythic?
sih?
Iya, iya.
They're still in these
Yang kiri.
tunnels, I believe. We need to get that observer POV on just
Dia
to show
ngeliat
exactly where
kotakan
people
tadi.
are, because C9 are trapped down there. We got Mythic down there
Kayaknya
as
selokan
well.
berdarah tadi di
No, they've
Pochinki
moved on to
deh.
the next set tunnels.
Oh di
They've
sini
moved
deh.
up.
Enggak di sini.
Iya bener.
C9 though will get their health
Full lagi,
completely
anjir.
back, and now they're
Full
allowed to
lagi
move
deh.
forward. Mazzarini and Spike
Pakai
do have the
medkit ya?
backs to them, so if they go forward, they may be able to get some easy shots on them. They're now poking, they're now peeking, so they've read the
Yeah.
information. They're going to go in the hut, they're going to get ready, they're going to lock the doors and just hope and pray to God that they walk on by. Nice 8-time scope coming out of a Dren. Just watching those tunnels. He knows that C9's over there, and we still got 3, maybe even 4. I'm looking forward to seeing where Liquid prop up from as well. We saw them
Jago juga wanita berbadan subur itu. Waduh.
eventually
Kok
work
begitu ya?
their way back in, which is exactly what they're doing. In fact, no, this isn't
This
the
is such
roster.
a nice position, actually. Moment spot here. I actually like this whole ridge line. It's got great cover to it. You can actually play off the back of it. A couple of shots here, there, and everywhere. Got a suppressor out as well. And you just get really good vision. Once that next circle moves in, he'll have safety from the kind of east. So you've got to watch the east for a little while, basically wait for that to push up. Once you get that, no players are left in there, or you imagine no one is, then you can move on. But look, we're going to see Noble.
Oh my god.
Moving towards it.
Ya, digepin.
Surely gonna be found here.
Ih, kesel nggak sih?
And yeah, these guys are going to spray in.
Nggak tahu kelanjutannya, kesel nggak sih? Ninja nge-kill Stode.
Liquid finds another one.
Ninja kill Stode.
At least takes out a Noble player. And that's going to be Boom also fall into the hands of Scoom here of Team Liquid. One player just driving around being a nuisance. On the buggy, making lots of noise though, so they're giving more information. You're hearing the shots If you can hear him, they can hear him also. Look how many people they're just over there.
Ya Allah itu sebelah. Itu ya Allah 3 tim.
Gila tuh.
Everyone's terrified. Cloud9 have the buildings, Liquid have the ridgeline, the trees that contain players as well. But managed to find them, so it does seem as though the Cloud9 boys are going down as we speak. Scoom spraying in, hoping for a shot to find itself. But we have 40 players alive in this tiny area.
Ya ampun. 3 orang, 3 tim anjing.
They must absolutely know where people are. We'll see Sakisha knocking out Kick. Serenity has finally been taken out by the play zone, so she must have fallen earlier on. Either that or they didn't have the vehicle to get up there. We'll also see Flom dying from Daji. She dies as well from the play zone, so they just couldn't get back in time, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Anjir itu kecil banget.
Now we see Ninja. He knows where these guys are as well. He wants in on the action. Thankfully, him and Chipsy, they're both still alive. They got plenty of time.
Ya Allah. Kesel nggak sih?
Ninja mendingan ke ladang ngepro udah.
No means of escape. If they go left, they've got C9 to deal with. If they go right, they also have Yamaton there as well. We'll see Sixy. Unfortunately, taking out Molman. So Scoom's in a bit of a problem. He's throwing down the smokes, trying to get his teammate to crawl back in.
There's no safe. With this many people alive in this area, someone's got a line of sight.
Nyaris mati,
He's going to take the risk, take a gamble. He wants his teammate with him. That's completely fine. No one's going to make active moves here. You can see
ya Allah, itu masih ada bertiga begitu anjir.
We are seeing a lot of kills come through. TSM losing out, I think, on 2 players there in the end. So they are going to be just forced to make the moves eventually coming into this.
Ini mereka nggak sadar yang mereka lawan sebenarnya 6 orang ya.
Iya.
Ninja takes out 2. I believe that was both 117 and Obang, so both of them will fall. As we did just see 2 more players. That was, I think it was Smack and Viz, if my memory is not mistaken. Umur and Evermore still alive. They're outside the circle. More than likely watch these guys to get fully tanked up and come in at the last minute.
Ya ampun. Ya ampun.
Itu di ruangan yang pintu sebelah.
Iya.
Ada yang gerak dikit aja tuh.
But they've got to take the fight right now, and there's no third person.
Itu udah gerak.
Just get in and check what's in front of you. Unroot's going to have to do the same. Again, they're taking their time on this. They've got the slow side of the circle, but they can't sustain it for long. The kills are coming through here. Yeah, there it is. Shaka again, going to be making the kills count towards Drift.
Ninja kill lagi tuh.
Ninja's still alive, finding a couple of kills here and there, but everyone has gone down. Knocked out for now. Ollie's on the run. He's got to move as well. Scoom closing towards the circle, find a bit of safety.
Tapi tadi lambangnya putih di.
Some sort of modicum of any safety in this situation, but
Ninja kena. Wah, kill lagi Ninja. Jadi kalau putih itu pasti kill. Kalau abu-abu jadi kalau dia knock nggak bakal putih.
The circle's even good as well going forward. So him and Chipsy, I got to say, positioning, if they can try and close out one side of this, they're in a very nice spot here. Forzen a mile away from this.
Itu masih aja yang bertiga loh di bawah.
Yang ketiga nggak ada yang gerak.
He's causing so many fatalities here. You can just see them 1, 2, 3 all dying from outside. Meanwhile, Liquid, they're still staying alive. It's a good job from them. Mumino, you saw him pick up.
Gila ngepron begini susah parah ya.
Moving towards that slower side of the circle, but he can hear it in his headphones. Honestly, these bullets and bombs are just going off left, right, and center. These guys are starting to go into panic mode now. There's only 18 alive, and this is coming down to a very small circle.
Ditembakin ketahuan. Ya.
Scoom said see you later. He goes
Ketahuan,
down. Now we move back to Jimma. We'll see
Apa terjadi? Ketahuan.
Just hiding in the long, tall fields, which is fine. But he's going to have to move, Pansy. That circle's going to come in 30 seconds.
He's hoping someone else goes first, just to get a better position basically on the leaderboard.
Ya Allah, ribet banget. Ya Allah.
Itu nabrak temennya.
Iya. Ya Allah, ya Allah.
Yeah. People playing towards the blue side of things are going to have a nice time. How is this guy alive? Do you remember at the start of the last couple of games when he was ones in the buildings? Taking his time, he's had to stay alive for a long time here. He's worked his way right through. Again, Luminosity playing the smart. They're still being quite aggressive. They're being clean in the way they're clearing out certain positions. Spray comes in with that silenced up Scar.
Bukannya sebelahnya ada orang ya dia? Belah kiri. Iya, belah kirinya kan?
He's over there with Scoom. The final kill comes out.
Nah, Oh,
lumayan jauh.
lumayan. Gila itu ninja. Galak. Perih. Oke. Oh, ketahuan sama dia. Ketahuan. Oh kan, headshot bung. Gila.
Rest for the wicked here, my friend, as the reload comes out and Scoom now looks for the next follow-up. He knows he's surrounded all fronts. He's all alone. He's very much isolated here.
Yang bertiga masih betah ya. Si
Si
Ninja melihat aja tuh.
Lihat
terus. Kirinya dia nggak tahu ada tiga tim.
You know what? That's the problem though. They have to run into all these people, Pansy. We've got several people just laying down still, being that nuisance. Keeping them up in the top area of the map, but just making sure they stay alive, and that's exactly what they're doing. When they go through, when they approach this, as long as they go to the back, you've got Chimner on their left-hand side, you've got plenty of other people on the right. They need to make sure they choose the right path, because if they don't, they are walking into a wall of people. And while all this is going on, you look at Scoom's POV. He has his circle, he has it on him, he has the coverage in front of him, but more importantly, he has the slow
Ninja
side to
harus
his back,
ngelewatin.
so he knows nobody's going to be there. Wah, 2, 3. Oh loh, pas banget. Di belakang juga ada kan? Tuh lihat. Oh, gila. Nyangkut.
Di dalam sini ada Sinai.
Iya. Ada 2 biji kan tadi?
Iya.
Bukan di situ ya?
Ini lihat yang aman. Belakangnya si Scoom itu.
Meanwhile, Gypsy, he's managed to at least keep himself alive. He's moving into the circle area. This is a great position. If people do want to buy the house, he can mow them down. He's inside the circle. He's got the cover, and he's double stimmed up as well.
He's got to wait to see if anyone's dying to the blue. If there's
Gila,
any more skirmishes to happen.
Ninja nyamperin 3 tim anjing.
There's 4 other
Terbaik.
players in this area with him. Right, Gypsy,
Tuh lihat
just to his
sih
right,
ini
we've got
16
Jimmer.
Iya.
Still alive for Cloud9 as well.
WC ini ya. Belum ke shoot ya dari tadi ya dia. Belum kelihatan. Ini kan. Oh, dia udah tahu kayaknya. Dia udah tahu.
So this is going to get very, very hectic, very, very fast, and suppressors in this environment are absolutely key. Because you've got the tiniest amount of space to be able to be seen from or to shoot from, and they're going to try and dominate as much of an angle as they can safely. So they've wiggled their way in. These bushes might be good enough for them, but look who could be watching. If he stands up, if he spots them out,
Cloud9 don't even know where he is. No one knows where anybody at this moment, but I've got to give a big shout to Gypsy. That kill to get the spray down for the second one was huge, because that's put his team up
salah tap.
into the back bracket.
Salah
Now people
tap
going to start to
tempatnya.
move. We'll see the crawl, the snake is going to come through for Avenger. He killed him. He
Oh!
took him out. Gypsy
mati.
goes
Udah
down.
mati.
And that's
Udah
Jimmer.
tahu.
He finds him as he wanders into the circle, sees him with his back. So unfortunately,
Gila.
Luminosity have gone, and now we're into a 2 versus 1 versus 1.
Tapi poinnya Ninja lumayan gede loh. Yang tadi ranking 1 nggak hidup kan? Udah nggak hidup.
And that's all it is. This is going to be the prone game. This is what I said about the
Prone
first
game
person
nih.
snaking. It happens and it's fine. Like, I don't mind it.
2,
But
1,
the next circle that
1.
pushes
Ya
them
Allah,
together
salah
is
lagi.
gonna be so tricky to work
Salah
around. You've
mulu.
gotta stim up as much as possible, because it will do one more circle and then it just closes in on one position. So here we go. We got to wait for this one. So, if you've never been in
Lepas tangan
these
dulu.
situations before and you're wondering how this works, essentially there's going to be
Udah
one
terakhir
point
ya
and
ini
the
ya?
blue will
Iya.
close right
Lihat
to
dah
it.
yang
Everyone's
kanan.
gonna run at each other.
Iya.
So
Itu
really
udah
it's
bisa
a
lihat
small
harusnya kalau
force
dia
sustain.
berdiri.
Oh, dia
Just go for
pencet
the kills
C
as
aja.
quickly as you
Iya.
can. And there's one
Oh,
chap, he does find
mati.
Jimmer. Now
Jimur
we're
mati.
into a 2v1.
Gara-gara
My
notif
word,
tadi.
This is getting a little bit tense
Iya.
to say the least.
This
Yang
should
si
be
siapa sih
in
dia tadi?
Cloud9's pocket. They're going for the
Oh,
aggressive push. They're on
matanya
the
ini nih, matanya dia nih.
They're kind of trying to find him. They should be able to see him. He's got height
Nyari
advantage. He
dulu.
might be able to catch a glimpse as soon as he does, though.
Nggak kelihatan
And
sih dari
just
dia.
spot him out, that'll be 2
Nggak
people
kelihatan.
raining down bullets.
Gila. Oh, itu kelihatan.
He needs to play a smart game. He doesn't need to take the instant fights. He needs to know where they're going to move from, so when he stands up, he can just pre-aim that spot. Simple as that. Now, if I'm Cloud9, I split up slightly. I put myself into two positions. He has no boosters. And yeah, that's what he's looking at. They're all looking for boosters because that timer is running very low. The circle is going to shrink, and it's going to be absolute madness. Full auto time is about to kick off. He needs to land these two very quickly.
Bukan ya?
They're working it out very slowly.
Oh, ya ampun. Ya ampun. Ih, belakang semua.
Alright, we gotta wait for that blue to move. Once this starts to go, it's gonna kick off.
Oh my god.
Blue terakhir majunya berapa detik sih? 15.
And it's fast as well, this blue. It's not slow.
Depan mobil ketahuan.
Right, he knows where both players are now.
Udah tahu dua-duanya.
Iya.
Kayaknya Cloud9 apa sih apa?
Mukanya tegang banget.
Iya. Dia kayak tembak tidak ya. Tembak tidak ya.
This is the sneakiest thing I've
ever seen. Kalau birunya udah maju sih bahaya.
Go for it. Go on.
No, he's waiting so patiently. They still have not seen him. This is outstanding stuff from this guy. Pure patience.
Hampir ya.
And when that minimap updates,
gila.
have they spotted?
Tegang deh.
Si Cepi kayaknya lihat deh. Makanya manggil temennya satu.
Ya.
Kan?
Ketahuan. Tembak tidak ya. Tembak tidak ya.
They both backed off. He called for some support, and then both of them like, okay, he's in this bush. Just melt this kid. Game 2 goes in their hands.
Yeah, that was actually pretty tense though. But you can see the difference. You know, a second it can make. If he took that fight initially, if he tried to engage, if he was hoping for the long run. But a second they saw a glimmer of it, they had to take the fight on it. It was too much RNG up there. Too much risk essentially would be left over. Too much that they couldn't define. But nice play from him. Smart play. Probably quite disappointing for him because you know he had chances. He had so many moments during that game he could have unleashed, maybe found one, knocked the other, gone for the aggressive play. So we've seen two polars kind of situations
Maunya nembak tapi takut salah. Tembak tidak ya.
Second game more passive.
Tembak tidak ya.
Moment, which is just as viable, but they find him and they kill him. Maybe a little bit too passive, a little too patient. The snake doesn't always win.
Nah, udah ketahuan itu. Yang tadi sih ya, di kekeran pertama.
We know exactly where you are now, my friend. We've been hunting you down for quite some time, but unfortunately, this time is over. You are over. But it's Cloud9 who are victorious. Let's throw it on down to the stage, to the pit. Gentlemen, how are you feeling after that win?
Joined, yes, indeed, by Chappie and a solid FPS from Cloud9, who did take the victory on game number 2. You just said that you're really hyped up. You don't look very hyped up to me.
But the adrenaline kicking in.
Well, the adrenaline, okay, no, that's fine. Perfectly understandable. So, how was the ending of that game for you? Because the commentators are all there, the spectators, we were all watching, and you just couldn't find where that last player was. What was going through your heads?
Well, we knew he was prone somewhere. We just couldn't see him. Like, it was really hard to see. I don't know. Some of the settings we're running on it's just really hard to see in the foliage when they're prone like that. But yeah, eventually spotted him when we were on the ridge there, and that's when I called out to him to rotate over to me, line ourselves up with him so I could get him on the same page as me, because it was really hard to see him. And then from there it was easy.
So wait, you're telling me you spotted him for a little bit before you took fire?
I initially spotted him in the bush and I backed off the ridge, and that's when I was communicating to him, because I didn't think that the guy in the bush had actually
menang tapi dingin amat ekspresinya. Itu bukan ekspresi dingin anjir. Itu masih ekspresi tegang gitu loh.
Ini dua orang ini top 10 duo NA.
How was the game as a whole for you guys? Like, what was your initial plan when you first got the drop, and what were I guess the key factors into how you got to that very end position that gave you the first place win?
Cara lebih nge-scope, lebih nge-zoom kali maksudnya. Pencet shift kalau pakai RDS atau holo, atau keker RD apa? Yang pakai iron set itu bisa pakai shift biar lebih dekat. Tapi nafasnya habis.
There at the end there in that particular area, there was a lot, because it's very rare for not very rare, but it's unlikely usually for buildings to have that much of an impact on the final few circles that close to the end. This time we saw a couple of huts still in there pretty close to the end. Is this because of that? We saw a lot of chaos near the late game where we cleaned up the last couple of teams leading up to the 2 or 3 at the very end. Is this sort of chaos? Is this a environment that you guys feel like you thrive in, or was this really out of your comfort zone?
I feel like we're fine when it comes down to the end game, and chaos. It's something that I don't know happens all the time back home when we're playing online. End game's usually pretty chaotic, so we're pretty used to it.
Poin yang paling gede siapa nanti bakalan ada leaderboardnya. Ini match kedua, ntar diakumulasikan, ntar muncul deh di leaderboard.
I think the overall goal is just to have Cloud9 placing in the top 4 or 5, whatever it might be, for every event. So we're definitely happy for our teammates yesterday, and we're definitely motivated today to get ourselves up there. So.
All right, well, good luck to both of you on the last game coming up. Before that, though, we're going to go to one more final break before we get into it. First persons here at Gamescom.
Bagi.
Highlight nih.
Tus. Bug apa sih?
Emang masih nge-spam chat di sana?
Iya, jadi buggy.
Iklan Intel, saudara-saudara.
Tidur atau ah?
Nunggu.
Ada.
Gak sabar nih, santai guys. Match ketiga akan segera dimulai. 5 menit lagi, itu pun nanti bakal ada kayak ngomong-ngomongnya gitu. Gue sambil tiduran dulu dah. Rebahan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Gamescom Invitational 2017. We have just seen Game 2 go down in an explosive fashion. Plenty of people going down to that final circle. Quite a lot of deaths coming out of it, but potential for a 2-on-1 scenario didn't turn out in the end, and it was C9 that obviously came out victorious.
Yep.
Just a wild game, and just kind of shows you and puts it really into perspective, Pansy, how good first persons really can be.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying first person. I don't actually like the kind of grass endings as much personally. I think it's a little tricky to work around, but that's just personal preference. I know a lot of players actually really do enjoy it. But for me, it was very tense again. I think you get to see more skill here. I think players need to stop playing so scared because, again, you're seeing... So in third person, for me, players were able to get to the top 5, top 10 being incredibly passive because you have the third person view around you. You can be far more calculated in that aspect, but it doesn't necessarily, to my taste at least, show what I like about the game, which is playing for number one, for those kills, to get to the top position. Now in this one, you're seeing the players of a similar nature who were playing for that long game, the long con as such, not having the same sort of advantages. It's mostly going towards the players who are having higher kill counts, and that's being shown so far. For me, I think, again, players need to pick up the pace a little bit. Having 40 players alive in that tiny circle we were basically on was ridiculous. Right now, C9 at the top, Mazzarini and Spike in second, Luminosity third, with Chipsy and Ninja, and so forth and so on. A couple of newer names coming in as well, which is always nice to see, not just the same players from yesterday and the day prior doing well in this.
C9 then will stamp the ground at the top of the board with 720, gives them quite a bit of bufferage, to be honest with you, as the next people down below them do have 646. Let's see, Luminosity, they are very much within a chance of winning this. Also, Ninja and Chipsy, 640, and then we take a bit of a gap there. That's going to be over 100 points between Jeese and Jimmer. Moving down, we carry on in the 400 bracket, Avenger and Pony Rider, and then we move into 7th, 8th, and 9th and beyond. But if I'm not mistaken, it's only top 4 that will be paying out $30,000, exactly the same as yesterday, to your first place. Second place will walk away with 20, third place with 8,000, fourth place with 4,000. Same scoring system. Obviously moving down through the ranks, points for your placement where you are, and then for every single kill that you get, it's going to be 4 additional points. Moving in 16 through 30, we're not going to run through them all. This is just there so you guys can visually see where people are. But now, knowing this, the game of points begins. I know everyone obviously wants to scatter for that top point, but when you we look back at day number 1 with Evermore, for example, being able to think, okay, I know where I need to be in this table. I know what level of points I need to be gaining in order to win this thing. Ninja's already put a tweet out saying, look, we need first or second if we want a shot at winning this thing. Cloud9, though, they've got that good buffer. They're at the top there. They're standing strong. They need, I think, if they get second themselves, I think that's pretty much sealed the deal for them in comparison to everybody else. So a lot riding on this final game. Still anybody's game whatsoever. There's no clear winner, and it's going to be a fun one. Remember, you want any social media, you want to be joining in, give us a follow, Pull Battlegrounds, and of course Play Battlegrounds. Also, if you want to give us any notes, if you want to throw us your teams out there, who you're rooting for at home, any mad clips, make sure you use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Also, there is a giveaway, and that will be popping up on your screen very shortly.
People look happy.
They do. People do look. It's a lot of fun, you know. It's an awful lot of fun. This is a lovely little arena. Everyone's diving in. 80 players.
He looks
just
asleep, but everyone else is having fun.
We're having fun.
Oh, he's woken up. Are we? Are we?
Yeah. We are.
Well, look, I just want to get in the games. You know, this is why you normally have an analysis desk. You know, it's like, guys, talk nonsense for like 5 minutes. No one really watches it. Don't let Yanko or Chad know. But, you know, we can normally just throw it over to them. Not the case, but one thing we do have is an interview on the floor with Vicstar, if I'm not mistaken. So, I wonder how he's getting on.
Yes, indeed, I am here with Vicstar. Mr. Vic, you are a pretty popular guy. Oftentimes, you've seen your name just blow up in chat. But for those minority out there that don't know who you are, do you want to give us a little introduction to who you are, what you do?
Sure thing. So I've been making gaming videos on YouTube for 8 years now, and I pretty much cover every multiplayer game that is whatever I can have the most fun playing. I record and post videos of it, and people seem to enjoy them, which is awesome.
how are you liking Battlegrounds compared? I mean, obviously you like it because you wouldn't be here if you didn't. But like, how is it compared to the other games that you've done videos on?
So Battlegrounds I absolutely love. Of course, that's why I'm here. It's a great honor to be able to play with all these incredible players and be here doing this. And for me, yeah, it's probably the game that I'm the most into right now. Having played so many games over the years, it's been a while since there was one that really kind of captivated me. And I think there's so much to it. That's what makes it so entertaining to play and to watch. It's always something different. You'll have heard kind of everyone in the interview sections here saying that it's that uniqueness about it that I think makes it so rewarding, and that huge skill curve. You never really stop getting better at the game, and I think that's so addictive and enjoyable.
So you are a YouTube creator. You make YouTube videos that's related to live streaming, but it's not exactly the same because it's not all done live. It's in your own little office, doing your thing on your own time. This is obviously a big, giant step away from that. What is this experience like, jumping from making videos to being not just in a live environment, but in a live competitive environment?
For sure. So I do actually a combination of the both. I do live stream content as well as videos, but it is mostly video content, and it does, take away a lot of the pressure. There's, a nice thing knowing, oh, if this goes awfully, I can just pretend it never happened. Whereas, yeah, here in this environment, there's a lot more pressure than I thought there would be. This is the first time I've ever competed in anything remotely competitive with respect to gaming. It's always been the entertainment side for me. So trying to do entertaining stuff in here as well is very, very difficult. We managed to ramp a UAS onto a building in the final zone in yesterday's tournament. So doing stuff like that is kind of very difficult. And it's, a lot more pressure than I thought it would be. Some of the players here are incredible. And just seeing them play kind of reflects that.
I had a question, I just blinked on it. Would you do it again? Would you do this again? If asked to, of course.
Definitely would love to get involved in more stuff like this. It would be cool to see a tournament purely with entertainers playing, because it is really difficult going toe-to-toe with the professional players. As someone who's not really had time to practice much playing the game, especially in a competitive environment, I have a lot of other games and things that I cover, so I'm not able just to play the game all day, every day, which is what a lot of the pros do. And obviously it pays off hugely for them. I think that would be definitely interesting to see the way the playstyle differs with entertainers playing in one game and pros playing in another game.
All right, well, good luck to you on the final game, as well as the squads on tomorrow. We're going to go back to Pansy and Sims one more time while we go into game number 3 to finish all this off and crown our winner. Back to you guys.
We most certainly are, and it's going to be a heated one. Everything on the line. Cloud9 at the top, Luminosity Gaming just behind them, and then plenty of other teams still within that first place bracket, should they get a decent finish in this game number 3. And speaking of Ixter, yesterday we were looking at kind of his stats and how he was doing. We were saying he's had some really, really good games, but then again, this man plays everything. He's played every single game I've ever seen. He loves a good challenge, and even saying it might be nice, still putting up decent numbers against players that are a much higher skill level than him.
Yeah, the thing is that there is a big difference between people who are purely entertainers and people who are wanting to be competitive players, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's two completely different styles of content creation. I think there's room for both. I think you see obviously the disparity of it when you get to these sort of levels, and kind of different people liking different things. But at the end of the day, I really like watching people like Dr. Disrespect, for example. I think he's really funny to watch. But then if I actually want to watch someone who's good, no offense.
Wow.
Look.
Wow.
Look.
You're gonna
I'm a member of the Slick Daddy Club, all right? I pay for the right to be abusive. No, but he is a very good player, very diligent. But if I really want like someone who's kind of the more extreme level of being a better player, quote unquote, I'd be looking at Break maybe, or Shroud at the moment has been absolutely tearing people apart. The more time he's put into streaming now, it's just like, damn, that guy's kicking off.
You see the clip that was tweeted out the other day where he literally lands on school, and I think it's don't know how many minutes, 9, 10 kills, just walks around and cleans house.
I think he's such a mechanically good player.
He loves to take a fight though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
not one
incredibly
to sit
aggressive.
back.
And at the very start of the game, before people worked out how to do like the spamming, even when you don't have it on full auto, for example, you can shoot incredibly fast. If you watch Shroud even back then when he was playing with Judul, just playing on Twitch, just casually playing, the guy was just an animal. Like really, really good. He's one of those players you can just watch and think, all right, that's very nice.
The one thing that I get from watching Shroud though, when you watch him, it doesn't look, and this sounds strange, but it doesn't look like he's trying. He's so calm, so relaxed.
He's Shroud,
he's just not sweating. He's just, he's dead.
Shroud has no emotions. I'm certain of it. All right.
He's incredible. He's an awesome player. And when you watch him, it's just like, oh, you've just pistoled someone with a shotgun in the head, and now you're still alive, and now you're on your 5th kill, 6th kill, you're racking him up, and it's such, as you say, it's just such an absolute treat to watch. But this is going to be our final match of the evening, guys, so make sure everybody who's watching Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, no matter where you're watching across the world, YouTube gaming, grab your phone, tweet the stream, use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Let's get some big numbers across these streams. Let's break the records. Let's get plenty of people watching, plenty of people involved. Make sure you tweet in, make sure you Facebook in if people still do that these days. And of course, get involved in the raffle that's on screen right now. ESL.gg/PUBG raffle. TIs, i7s, crates, cases, we got everything. And the game's going to be starting in 7 seconds. Let's do this thing.
All right, time counting down. 1 more second. Final game of the day, of course, guys and girls. So this is all that matters. Use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Get involved with us. Let us know your thoughts on who's going to walk away with this game or the overall game.
You've got a Zaki.
No.
You've got a Zaki going straight across diagonally middle of the map. So aiming kind of towards Novo. Nobody jumping out yet. Just as I say that, they finally go. I was hoping for some early jumpers that may have gone to Zaki, but they're not. George is going to be rammed. A couple of people will. That's going to be Noble making their way down to the crits. Smack and Viz are also there, probably going towards the hospital side of Georgia Paul. Few people moving middle. Here comes Pachinki. The jumpers will aim to look for there. Few people as well. Fair few going across. May make their way over to
nampaknya sudah
Rosso,
mulai
get a bit of a long
boom.
flight, maybe even get a vehicle, make their way up to Yasnaya, but military base Panzer, it's there, and there's a lot of people who are starting to jump.
Yeah, I'm looking for a lot of military base sort of attention here.
Oh, look at them all.
Novo as well is going to be very much contested. You can easily jump to that quite comfortably. That's not even going to be a problem. Again, if you've seen the players going towards Rostock, you think it's going to be busy. Don't think that just yet. There's the higher chance spawns. There's 4 car spawns around there that are the higher chance ones, so you're more than likely to see people split towards the east. Etiasnaya, Stalber, Mansion, Lipovka. That's where you got to keep your eyes on. Georgia Pol will be busy. Probably not towards the crates these days. Oh, look at this, though. Look at Georgia Pol is kicking off very early on. Noble are down here. TSM are down here. Shaka's there. Moondie's in on this one. Everyone's on for this. Only one team so far going to Zaki, and this looks more like a normal game here.
Lex and Flom land inside school. They've got it on their own as well. Mithra and WTCN, they are inside the buildings, just on the towers, but they've got 2 people bang opposite them. We'll move over to George. Smacks down in the water. He must have been pushed back. Dingascan's tinked up.
Sepi banget dong, yang lain pada record.
Lucy May, these still are over at school, so we need to get eyes
Ada
on
yang tidur
George,
juga
because that's
kan.
where the kills are going to be coming from. These people at the moment, they do have a set of people over there, but I very much doubt we'll see any early engagements. But saying that, Mithrin and WTC, they have been hyper-aggressive. Meanwhile, Lex and Flom, they can just chill. They can get geared up. No one's over here at school. It's going to be that George area. There was, what, 5, 6, maybe even 7 teams potentially?
The thing with Georgia Pol is there is enough kind of boundaries there. You see all the walled sort of environments. You can isolate and you can kind of make your way around that. You don't have to take instant risks, or you can get run up on, obviously, but sound is imperative at this point. And okay, we've seen WTC and Mithrin here both being very diligent at playing from this area. We saw them banging out shots towards the school not too long ago, so keep in mind they'll probably win out on this battle. But let's have a look at the spread over here so far. Ooh, I spoke too soon. I'll never do that again. But yes, there's a lot of teams over by Georgia Pol right now.
We'll see what comes in as we scope out, and now scope in. Here we go. So military base. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 people down here. Anyone over in towers? I'm taking a quick look. It looks like nobody's there. No one's looted them yet, so a good even spread. A couple of people over in Nova. 2 people down in crates. That's going to be Noble also in crates down on Georgia Pol's side. And at the moment, we're just trying to fan things out, see where people are. C9 down at the bottom, that's going to be Borg and Sweater playing the late game all the way down in the south. 2 teams over at Novo, plenty of people down in Milta also. Quite a few as they move up through Milta, through the rest of the buildings. Hotted's in a car, he'll be working his way down. We got 1 team over in Yasnaya, and then things are starting to now kick off what looks like Roz. There's a few people over. In fact, there's 2 teams at Roz, but it looks like the buildings and school.
I just want to get confirmation. Are we restarting this?
Oh, have I been talking away and things
I think you've gotten excited.
Okay.
There might be a restart.
This would not be cool.
Not cool. Sad.
What?
Sad times.
Oh, carry on as if we're still playing.
No, headsets are off.
Definitely having?
There it is.
All right then, so I'll back off
So
now.
I do want to just say something. Hopefully I don't get
Yeah.
for this. I did get
Restart
confirmation
dong.
that it wasn't stream sniping. I know a lot of people were kind of getting, pitchforks out, getting ready to go. Any chance
Yeah.
Obviously, they love jumping into it.
Tidak!
Player that we switched to who had already died, already been watching the stream himself, just sat there. Why not?
Siapa
I'm
yang
pretty
ngebug
sure
ini?
the player that we switched to was
Wadaw.
Sigzy, one of the 2 players who qualified through as well. I mean, his teammate, you can see the webcam there. He was just watching the stream. Wasn't Chappy. It's just how the stream looked. So just to kind of quell the masses before they start, burning down houses and just, being the internet. It should all be okay, unless I get told otherwise, but I think it's very much okay. So yeah, we can just leave that where it is for now. That'd be cool. I don't want, I don't want it to, ruin this tournament as we see it right now, because it's all good, so people can chill
But you're giving
out.
clarity, which is absolutely fine before things, as you said, do get out of control. There's plenty of admins on the floor, and they are checking everything. At the moment,
Oke, gue tiduran lagi, guys.
boys, their teammates are in a very, very good position. Moving down,
Maklah.
it's going to be Detonator also. 2 members from there, just popping around some of these players. We are just chilling while we get this game number 3 underway. It was a restart. We do apologize about that. Vicstar, we did just do the interview with that man. And again, we were very impressed so far with some of the things he's been playing. Meanwhile, we look towards TSM, Smack and Viz. Really good game last time, but still no winner-winner chicken dinner, unfortunately. Same goes for Liquid also. But Scoom with the late game, which is fair play, will get some points and at least stick them up the end of the board. And now we just chill, just kick back and wait.
Yep, there's Serenity doing okay. The teammate Oshi7 did all right in the last game. I think they're on around the kind of top 30-ish marker at the moment, staying alive a little bit better. They seem to be going for a little bit more of the military-based plays. I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to see braver people actually going for these sort of plays and going for that sort of thing. So, yeah, hopefully we get an update as to what's going on here. But yeah, still waiting on this one.
These guys now have got eyes on the prize, right? Cloud9,
Yeah.
They're in the driving seat. They know they don't necessarily have to take the fights. They know they just need to get to the top of that leaderboard and stop anybody else within their tracks. Do you think that'll affect their gameplay now, Fancy? Do you think they're going to say, okay, let's go passive because we just need these points to win?
Ah, man. I'd love to say...
Playing the game, right?
It is playing the game. But you can't... I don't think first person allows you to be that passive. We saw it there on the final circle crunch. But it depends how many points they need, right? If you only need to get top 20, then yeah, go for it. If you need to get a couple of... Like, it's really risky to play that way, in my eyes at least. I don't like doing it. Playing just to get to a certain point, rather than just playing a proper game. Playing that, I'm just going to play smart, I'm going to get those, early rotations. That's actually one thing I've got to say about Cloud9 that they do really well. TSM does it too. We haven't seen it so much at the moment, but early rotations, which sounds weird, but getting yourself into a good position in a new circle and using your other teammate as a pivot point. So, for example, we saw it a lot then. They kind of fell away from it because Chappy spotted out the final player that he was up against. But using one player as a pivot point and then rotating around him and then pushing up to safety, they do it really well. So you're just seeing some teams kind of becoming a little bit more fluid in that sort of idea of how to approach the game, which is really smart.
It was kind of like what you saw from Luminosity in the final circle of that one, where one player, I believe it's a Chipsy, who just kind of stuck right in there, and then Ninja was the bait, so to speak. He was the one that run in, allowed Chipsy to pick up some more kills, make their way up that leaderboard. And honestly, it's just been, yeah, they're just picking up these new tactics. Everything's going to different. Everything is going to evolve over time. We're in different modes, different game types. And then tomorrow, everything comes together. We go back to third person, and we get on with the teams.
Quickly, if it would be possible, can we see the current standings? Going into the final game, of course, it's kind of the big one. I want to see the front page of it. I don't really care about the others. I want to see the most likelihood going forward in this. That'd be pretty useful if we can get that up on the screens. I don't know if we can. Obviously, I'm just being a pain in the arse asking for this. Here we go. All right, so far, let's have a look. So I just want to get the rules set up. If you guys want to check it out, obviously you can on the ESL website. That's still there near the qualifiers. I just want to see the value of points. And I know this is kind of boring to look at, but it does make a big difference when you get to this point.
The thing is, what gets me when you talk about the points is the difference between first and second. There's a big difference there.
That's kind of just... Yeah, there is already. Cloud9 have carved themselves a great lead, one because of kills being there, two because of good positioning on a regular basis. But what you're looking at as game changers is, one, I'd say, obviously top two, 500 points for placement for the #1 position, 2, 360, 3, 290, and that goes down to about 6th place. From 7th to around 9th, you're kind of looking at 180, and then 10th down to around, you know, you're getting to around like 17, 18, you're going down to 90, around that marker. So again, the big game changes happen when you get to the top 16. That goes over 100 points. That can make a difference. Kills still, sadly, don't equate to much in this. 1 kill in duos and squads, which we're playing right now, which is a duo, is 4 points. So again, you're basically looking at placement in this. I think in the future, it'd be great to see a little bit more of a lean, a little bit of a weight towards kills being far more imperative. But yeah, it's about placement. For big swings and big changes to happen, you go looking at the 100, so from basically 16th and up, we could see game changes.
I think it'd be fair to say 1 through 3, they've got a nice little buffer, so they're going to be looking to do the same placement again. They need a top 3 finish, absolute minimum, to try and kind of catch up with Cloud9 or seal the deal for Cloud9, for instance. 4 down to around about maybe 9th. They need to either find top 3 early on or just hope and pray that the top 3 have a really, really crappy game. They die early and then they're not going to back those points. Anything can happen in this game. And that then gives people like, you know, you're still looking. You've got Brick and MPI, you've got TSM in there, you've got Liquid. You've got plenty of other teams. You've got these invited teams as well. I think there's 1, 2, 3
Cloud9 kenapa
teams. Excuse me, 3 qualified teams.
Cloud9 kenapa itu di ban?
Also could potentially win off the back of this. Anything's still possible. It's going to start to get rough when you're looking around. You know, you've got Ollie and Hayes are in quite a difficult spot. They've only got 306 points. If they get 500, if they win, what's that, 5, 6, 800? That only puts them 100 points above top place.
Yeah, so again, it's you'd have to hope that the top tier teams get denied of going any further, essentially. So a big denial towards that. So you need to stop Luminos team, Mazzarini's team with Spike, Cloud9. And then going forward, you'd have to just hope that you get good points. But yeah, hopefully we get an update as to how this is getting on. Teams have got headsets on, so hopefully it looks like maybe we're going in the right direction. But yeah, it's been a long day.
It has. It has. Be a lot easier tomorrow, a lot more smoother. Obviously different things running the...
tomorrow should be nice.
I'm looking forward to seeing these boys in action. I think it's... What are we saying then? Any initial thoughts about that one? Slow, fast, in your face?
I can't tell you. You know, I would have hoped that people weren't as passive as they were when we got into this, and they have been. But it's just how it is. Yeah. Right.
Once we get up, guys, we will, of course, feed this back to you. Right now, we're just waiting for all the players to be inside the lobby, get the lobby live and make sure the game is crisp, clear, and ready to rock and roll.
I'm going to go look at the hashtag. We're going to have a chat with you guys.
There you go.
Because, yes, it's been a while, hasn't it, today? Bit of a long one. All right.
Are you chatting with Twitter? Are you chatting with Twitch?
We got a little chat with Twitter, because it's more contained, you know, slightly. People supporting the Cloud9 boys, doing well on the board there. Always good. Lots of German coming in. My German is still not good enough. I do like the way as well. People actually tweet through loads of their really cool setups. Some of you have some amazing battle stations. Someone's gone for a bit of a cosplay.
Oh, you did ask how people were watching earlier on.
Yeah, there's some amazing setups. You guys have some really sick setups at home. And all the guys at home or at work watching it, love a bit of it. People kind of very happy still about Smack Shot, obviously. And
it was
Sosnovka, the Kings of Sosnovka getting the victory is making people very pleased. Mazzarini fans around the world be like.
I have to give a big shout out to Luminosity as well. They really look after their players. Some of the tweets that you see coming out of the Luminosity account, game by game, doesn't matter what they're doing, and this full coverage on all their players, really, really high-end stuff.
I too would like free things from an organization, but I will pick TSM. I like you, TSM. I too would like a hat.
They do have amazing hats.
Yeah, they do, right?
They really do.
Yeah.
A lot of people are really, they like the baseball jacket. It's not for me.
I don't like it myself.
It's not for me.
I actually don't like gaming t-shirts that much. Like, if any of you have ever actually played in any sport of any variety somewhat similar to this, or even just bought a gaming shirt, they are not very nice.
Do you still have your infused ones?
Yeah. Still got them all. So I have the Yotech, the infused ones. Because a couple of them have my name on the back, so it made me feel weird to throw them out. But the problem is, back in the day, you didn't get given more than one. So you'd go to an event, and by day 5, not smelling so great. Not, because they're not breathable material.
I've only been under one organization. When we received our T-shirts, you could tell they'd been worn, and they would definitely pass me around.
Oh, that's not nice.
It can be safe to say that I did did definitely get the wife to wash them.
Oh dear, that's a bit rough, isn't it?
It was fun.
Oh, you've actually upset me slightly at the idea of that, but...
we can't all be like you, and we can't all have names on us tops and be big and famous within the Call of Duty world.
Alright, yeah, big and famous. You know, sadly for us, you know, on the PC scene that you probably didn't know about at the time, we weren't the loved ones by that developer. No. They went to the joystick, whatever it is you use. What do you call it?
That would be a pad.
A pad?
Pad.
I've got a notepad. That's about it. But I've been told we're at the 1 minute mark, so hopefully this will be silent. We can stop talking nonsense. It's been far too long. One more day of us talking nonsense at you. Thank you for being so supportive so far, by the way, guys. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of time to thank everyone on Reddit, Twitter, wherever you've been, Twitch, chat, if I must. Actually been very, very supportive of our casting. This is the first event we've ever done for this. You guys have been absolutely amazing, so thank you for that. Constant feedback. You guys know what you're talking about, and I always do very much appreciate you being involved and bailing us out of having to talk about nothing for several hours.
Yeah, coming into this, I was quite worried myself. Obviously, you have definitely not letting me get away with coming from the console side, but totally different style of game for me, casting-wise, and just overall a different casting compilation altogether, and the amount of support that has come in for both myself and Pansy has literally been unreal. Reddit's been a beaut. The feedback's always there. We do take it on board. And it, it doesn't matter in what way it comes back. If it's negative feedback, well, it gives us something to work on. It gives us something and ways to improve on. And we do want to improve on it. And honestly, things are just going to get better and better. This game is going nowhere. It's here to stay. It's coming out on Xbox. And honestly, it's just, the sky's the limit. It's so incredible. It's so addictive. And it's just overall so damn fun. And you know what? It's been so far a pleasure to cast. It's really enjoyable.
It is.
It's up and down. It can go from 0 to 100 rather quickly. But I tell you what, that's the whole fun of it, and that's the whole point of Battlegrounds. You've got to take whatever is thrown at you. 7 seconds, the bird will be in the air, and we'll be seeing where these players will be dropped on the island. Here we go then.
All right.
What are you feeling? Come on, come from...
Do they all go in the plane and we don't restart? That's what I'm feeling.
I'm feeling north. Is it going to come in from north?
Semoga nggak DC lagi mereka. DC kayaknya.
Oh! For the first time ever, my prediction has been right, straight down the middle from the north. So, coming over, we got Severny, we got shooting range. Everything else that's in the direct line,
nggak ada yang
just to the right-hand side,
apa-apa lagi
people
lah.
moving to George.
Jangan sampai rematch lagi.
Every single time Luminosity, they love the early jump, they dive out, they go towards the top of the map away from everybody else, get some gear, look for a vehicle. This again is going to be straight down the middle. Military base could be in range from a bit of a long shoot. Pachinki's there as well. We got Ferryport. That's where the plane is going to be ending around. Primorsk, look for any stragglers that aim to go towards that final flight area. But Georgiapol once again, Pansy. Look at that, just a wall of players just honing in, and that's where things could get really, really messy. So a nice even spread.
Sometimes I don't know if you're talking about like a jam sandwich or maybe a weather report. You know what I mean? And on the Eastern Front, we are seeing
so please don't speak.
A strong amount of players moving in a westerly and yeah, at least we're going to get the melee base fight. This is what I've been waiting for. The final
military
game
banyak
of
parah anjir.
Obviously the day prior, but you know I like to jazz it up, give you a storyline, lie to you essentially. Why are you making me watch Pachinki?
I'm sorry. You know what? Someone tweeted me saying, "Don't back down from this. The king of Pachinki lives, and it's good and stuff. Don't you dare diss my Pachinki."
Yeah.
8-time scope already, straight off the bat. Nice way to work. Wandering around, AKM straight off the bat. That's another nice start. Gather on full spray, make sure no one's around you. And look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players is that? Or can I not count? That's going to be 8 players, 4 teams all around the melee. So that's going to kick off really soon. 3 teams already inside Pachinki. Romy Gassi, Mexican, moving his way through the garages. Now I like these because this gives a nice kind of way inside the area at the back where you get the police station and stuff, and usually going to get a shotgun. There's a couple of chests in there. 9 times out of 10 you're grabbing a level 3 helmet as well. So it's a really nice area, but you got to be careful because as you can see now, look at that, Oshi7 and Serenity, they're already up on Rust, so they're going to
Do you mean Big Red?
You call it Big Red, I call it Rust.
Look, we're going to fight about this.
Do you want me to go with Big Red? What about Big Rust?
No.
What?
Me halfway.
I like Big Red.
The interesting thing is to see whether they got an AR or
not.
Buffering,
you
guys.
should be able to get 1 AR between the two of you, but it looks like the Panda boys have managed to find out pretty
Dari
much Mexican
guanya
is.
kayaknya.
So Ocean Serenity
Coba kita pause dulu, terus play lagi.
We're seeing here again. They've got their tactics down. They've got their route. They like to go to the apartments complex, and they do it time and time again. This is the Panda guys going to the more aerial building, I guess. Just decent loot again. You should be able to get away with decent armor and guns.
Let's note on the circle as well, it is down south, so Novo's going to be in. We'll also see Milter in. 2 players popping around here, down in the bunkers. That's a really nice circle. Lots of people in there, Pachinki, everyone on military. So people now can just get looted to the eyeballs. They don't really have to do much. Chipsy and Ninja, well, what would you expect? We're starting to see this evolution of where people kind of go straight once the plane comes in every single time and time again.
Yang menang kemarin itu Yuki, kalau nggak salah ya. Pokoknya yang tinggi krempeng sama yang pendek, yang di nggak sopanin sama MC-nya.
And this is where you play Assassin's Creed, right? This is where we potentially could be getting somebody up on top of the houses.
It's really risky.
Squad besok.
But look where LG are. Luminosity here. Drassel's just in the building. He definitely will have heard Evermore. He's looking outside the window. I'm very intrigued to know where the other Luminosity player is. Does he have eyes on Florentro?
So. Otherwise, a bit awkward in the tournament. Anger there for the Mythic guys, working his way through Novo as well, working out towards the edge. Still got a shotty on. Still in a decent spot. Still pretty well set. And as we see,
he's cautious.
You have to be, because it's so easy to move into Novo in this position. You kind of hold this high ground on the edge, and you work your way down, and you can pressure. And it looks like the doors are open, so I don't know if someone's already been here. So not aware of the full kind of positioning of others at the moment. But you can see, oh, there it is. But it's Fixstar down. Anger delivers a face full of lead at this point.
Fixstar ini yang tadi kan?
Surely Fixstar, that's taking a one skill, but Fixstar, where's your teammate?
I thought he was up there with him.
Surely he was backing away towards it.
Dan dia sendiri.
And you know what? We're going to have a look. We're going to put it on the
temennya mana, Bu?
He is absolutely miles away.
Waduh, jauh parah.
Again, see, I do like the way that people split. You can do that sort of thing, but that's too much. This should be an easy kill for Ollie. Ollie, what's going on, bud? He's having a bit of a mare here.
Oh! Headshot!
This is the guy who dominated the early days of this game. I need to see more of this from this man.
Sampai itu kena sih.
Hoping for that shot to connect, but he knows he's downhearted. Who's going to be crawling away, begging for mercy.
Feels so bad. This happened to him yesterday. This feels so bad, and now he just knows. No, I accept my fate. Scopes in, puts a bullet in the back of his head. And Hoyd is the second player to be eliminated from the server now. People still on the looting phase. There's no real reason to move yet. We said before, look at how central that circle is. Everyone in melee can just get geared to the nines. They don't necessarily have to take this fight. This is, of course, our third and final game.
Berubah ya? Iya, tadi sempat berubah. Turun. Kayaknya tadi speed download gua turun. Sekarang udah normal lagi sih.
On the opposing side, Luminosity, JP2 and Drassel. Just knowing, I still think they know where these guys are. Evermore and Yuma really haven't moved where we saw them previously. They're going to close the door, probably try and share out loot. If not, just be a real nuisance.
And yeah, you can just be a pain. Simple as that. And that's basically everyone that goes to Pachinki. Works out well. It's a smart way of playing it. Like, as much as I don't like it personally, it's justifiable. Yeah, absolutely. And this game is a lot about personal preference. But Tavelo there, not actually got a scope on the gun, which could be a problem. I wonder if that could be Oshi 7, could be Gassy Mexican. There's a couple of players who are over nice connection. He's got level 3 helmet. These are going to be chest shots coming out. And that might be, yeah, that's from Serenity, pinned in by the fence, but she's fighting out.
Sedikit lagi darahnya sama Bhaskara
as well. She's covering him off. But you can see the aggression from Tavelo, but he might be in trouble here. He doesn't have meds to fall back on.
I don't think he realized they've both got sniper rifles as well. That's an SKS and a K98 in the hands of Oshi 7. Going to opt to whip out the Uzi, silenced also. Does it have a stock on? I didn't quite catch whether it did or not, because it will annihilate a player if they get up close and personal. Shotgun and M4 in the hands of their opponents, and now they will track back. Moves him over the hill, just see if he can get eyes on the prize. Now he's healed up. His teammate Tavelo will follow.
But this is a good split. I like the way that Oshi's being the mobile one. It does mean that he might have to face a 1v2, and they're also a little bit isolated, but he's got a Kar98. He's got the extremes, which is a bit of a problem. Kar98 for range, and then the SMG, right, with a suppressor. So it's like very hard to find the middle ground. You want that AR. But hopefully we can have a little look back to this. Is someone closing in towards a Dren? Is the other teammate there? These guys really hungry for this frag. I don't know how far away Oshi's gotten. He's trying to get to maybe that side building, find a bit of cover, find a new way to approach this, but they're not in a rush.
They know where he is though, don't they? They have a good idea, and that's why they're getting worried, and that's why they're bopping around. Oshi, however, he can just chill. Doesn't have a scope on that sniper, just got a red dot, so it's going to be a little bit rough trying to tag them up. I didn't see what Serenity had. I don't think we've been on her POV, but she does have the SKS.
Wih, Serenity down.
Actually, Serenity's dead. She's gone. He
Serenity
knocked her out,
down.
so she's on the side now.
Gak kena, Bung.
Oshi7 needs to make that count. He's trying to lead it well. He's trying to draw the attention, but I don't know if he's got much time to get back to Serenity.
It's hard to get him up from there, unless she can crawl the way back.
I mean, with a red dot on the
Gila,
car
pakai RDS dong.
very tricky situation to be in. Serenity having to cross back over through the gap, and you can see Oshi7, he knows where the player is, but finding the safe angle, holding the breath, looking for the shot. The jiggle peaks are coming out. The Panda Boys know what they're
so
doing.
annoying.
Yeah, this is really hard to play against.
So annoying. He's going to go for the pickup, see if
Udah
this
ada
happens,
yang
but she's out in no man's land, unfortunately. I don't really think it's worth going for. He's just putting himself in a bit of a bad position.
He's being told, get over here.
Get over here now and pick me up.
If I can't have fun, you can't have fun. But it does mean that now Serenity is down. It's on to Oshi7 on his own here to try and fight his way out of this. They've been doing better since they've been going to the military area, but it's always tricky. You know you're going to get fights in that sort of situation. Now on board with Cake. Had a great day yesterday and the day prior, but this one's been a little bit quieter in comparison to that caliber.
Screen dilihatin apa, suaranya yang muncul yang mana.
He's just keeping eyes on the windows, seeing if he can get any information. A little bit of a duck hunt going on. And that is because he does have a team bang opposite him, and he knows it. He's just waiting for that information to reveal, and then he can call for help from his teammates. Move into the observer, take a look exactly where they are. That's going to be an AKM and a K98 in play for the opposing teams. If they also see Cake, Cake could be in trouble, but I'll tell you what, look at his gear. My word, level 3 up to the max, apart from the bag, Scar in hand. So you can at least take a shot if that K98 does find his head.
They will be forced to move soon.
Yes.
That's the next thing. Lex and Flom back in the town that they know and love. So this is the battle of who moves first. There's not going to be that many car spawns. Julia again. I've actually been thoroughly impressed with Julia coming into this. She's been making a bit of a... I think which game was it? It was when they were over in Yasnaya. She did really well.
Playing around the garage.
Yeah, and I wish that was first person because it would probably gone a different way, but it is what it is. She's in the safe zone anyway. Not too much to worry about right now, but these guys are going to keep eyes on. Lost aiming there. Nice setup too. 4 times on that car 98. A little peek out the windows. Good using of the lean as well. Pretty underrated, actually. Showing obviously less of yourself at this sort of distance and just kind of playing off the back of it. You can kind of jiggle out, wait for them to take a shot at you, you lean back in, and then you dominate the angle before they can get back in, so you get the safety of one shot.
It's what you've got to do, right? It's kind of, I hate to say the word meta, but if you're not leaning around corners like that, if you are revealing your body, you're just straight up asking to die. If you do play this game and you want to do well in it, you need to learn how to use this. You need to utilize it, be able to look around the corners, creep, keep your body to behind the wall, but still get some information, try and get the angle. Because if you just throw yourself out there, your chest's an open target.
Yeah, and here comes the blue. So this is going to force the team to start moving. It's going to be the battle of leaving this area. Now, Oshi7's still alive, but still got that red dot. Really going to be tricky for him to find a way through from this. And I don't know if Panda have backed away, though. That's the thing. I'm really unsure if they've still maintaining the hill presence. And it's going to be hard for him to find his route out of this. He can disengage, go, Nova route or somewhere else, but you kind of want this. No, they're still over there. They are backing away from it eventually, though.
Needs to be careful. He won't get any eyes on them, and they also won't see him.
Here comes the run.
Which is pretty good, but as you mentioned, this is where people will start to be forced to move because of the blue pushing them. Car driving off into the distance, but they're in the blue also.
Suara in-game-nya
nggak
apa
to come
sih?
across this bridge, turn and face, or go to the next one to get across.
Just want to say people are very amused with how you say the word scar.
Would that be because I'm as northern as it gets?
Or just say the word car.
Car.
Oh.
We've changed it. Anyway,
Julia sama Squisha.
Teammate down. Julia's bleeding from the waistline, and it's Lex and Flom, if I'm not mistaken, the ones doing this damage. Sequisha knows where one is, but can he find the other? He's done well before. This man got into top 5s. He was doing really well. Top 2, should I say. Spots out one. Can he get the shot?
Oh!
He was too close to the wall.
Mas
Alex from above. Great work from him. Looking cool, calm, and collected.
Mas Alex,
terbaik
Mas
Alex. He
Alex.
just saw the peak. And down he goes, gets him in the headshot, and he will finish him off. That's 2 kills, so both of them wiped out, and now they can just go and see, loot the bodies, and just say thank you very much. But look at these people outside in the blue, making the way, bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving. Stone Mountain, though, I like how he's standing his ground. He's waiting till they come closer, and they do have the option to run to the cover. As soon as they get through this blue zone, hits one, you see the blood.
Satu hit.
I don't know why he's gone this early.
Could have waited, couldn't he? Because now they've got the hill cover.
One, if you want to loot it, it's a million miles away. He does have a level 3 vest, level 2 helmet. Clearly well geared, but I'd have waited a little longer on that one personally. Of course, the grass will not render at that distance for him, so he gets the clean shots. But here we're going to go back on with Kagan. Still trying to escape Georgia Pole at this point. And it looks like he might just be suffering on this one. And his teammate actually found Chipsy. This could be problematic for Luminosity. With Chipsy going down, it means the Ninja will be all alone, if I'm not mistaken. And that means there's now possibility for other teams to get in there, because they just need to get to like top 30.
Caranya ngeker biar tambah dekat itu pakai shift, tapi itu khusus buat Iron Sight, RDS atau low yang kali 1 pokoknya. Kalau kali 2 itu udah nggak bisa, kali 2 ke atas udah nggak bisa. Shift itu jaga kestabilan, narik nafas. Jadi kalau lu mencet shift mulu ntar yang ada nafas lu habis, harus diatur. Kena satu hit tadi.
Daze takes out Stylish Noob. We'll also see Tavello. He'll take out Gassy Mexican. Curvy Llama as well. So both of them have now fallen. And this is really where people begin to lose their lives. Circle starting to force people into different scenarios, force people together. But you don't want to stay out there too long.
He's got a decent route to run through. Oh, Borg, if you hit that, my friend, I would be...
Kena! Oh!
He tags him!
Oh, if only. Go on. One more shot.
Itu kena cuman nggak pala sih.
Good God.
Gila.
And then wouldn't you just give him the prize money?
I'm done, fam. See you later.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Lord above, that was very nice.
You know what? This is kind of what we mentioned yesterday, that Borg is a very exceptional player. He's been hyper-aggressive, his aim's incredible, he knows how to lean a shot, and if you know how to lean a shot, then it's worth taking.
So let's have a little look quick at the circle when we get a second as well. I want to see where this is closing in towards. It looks like it's heading slightly further down south. Everyone's trying to get their houses now, and oh lord, this could be Cloud9 denying another team. Any more tags going to come out? Any chance for it? No. Actually, let them get away. Didn't see them cross away from this. Now he does.
Mereka tur gitu.
Another. Oh, another.
Oh!
Was that another tag or am I mistaken? I'm not sure, but
either way it was close.
This guy is doing really well so far. And there was
bolong dong
both damaged.
mobilnya.
That's so sick from this guy. 2 tags with the Car 98 moving. I've got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with him. That's the sort of
ada mode-modenya, Pang. Kalau lo nggak tahu, di PUBG itu ada mode first person.
Kind of very much a central point of this island. And I actually really like this circle. It's going to kind of keep the plateau in it, the one in between kind of Pachinki and the open middle area between field, I guess.
Kalau yang hari ini ya,
I'm glad it's not in Ruins.
Duo first person yang hari ini. Besok squad yang biasa third
Here the
person.
Car 98 shots going off the distance. Not sure who that one's with, but it's Interrogate right now, laying down fire. Coming out of Milter, it looks like at the moment.
Suaranya belum dipindahin.
Yeah, he's got a bit of cover. Comes off for Shaq, and he's just going to be locking it down.
Yeah, you could see the amount of gear he had as well. He had a level 3 helmet, level 3 chest, and he did the 8 times on the scat. We'll take a quick look at some of those.
Kita lihat nih.
So let's see the hit.
Boom. Nggak kena. Kita lihat. Ini dia. Boom.
It's really tricky to see, but he did hit one of them, and then he hit the follow-up as well, which was a really sick part. So good job to him. Right, so we're back on the military island, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I am, and this is going to be the crossing. This is going to be the crossing of the sea here at this point. Dropping out medkit for his teammate. They do need to get moving. They're still safe for now, but they know the circle very unlikely to end here.
This could be interesting, though.
Yeah, again, maybe not expecting that. Oshi7, the lone ranger at this moment. He's going to be working his way out. Can we have a little check on with Muzel Kit on the bridge? I want to see if he's again on top of the bridge or not. You can see the players leaving Novo side of things as well. They're going to be heading on over on the boat. Good pick up for them.
Tadi juga ada yang nggak pakai kok hoodnya.
Di FPS. They can get over towards maybe melted power. But Tavello's checking for this, which is good awareness, but I don't know if you're going to check that thoroughly. I'm not sure if there's any boats here, and yeah, this is good. Good, lovely work from Hayes. Good.
2 apa 3 hit tuh tadi.
Shots there. Taking his time on each one of them.
3 hit kayaknya.
Trying to cross into this. You can see the battle going between the two of them here. He's found a bit of respite, bit of cover, healing up, but he needs to, dodge and weave, zigzag out of this, because it's very hard to see where those shots are coming from. He's considering the bridge. It wasn't.
Yeah, and the thing is, here's another cracking fact. He's Ollie that's pushed out to try and force them up. He's got an eye on them. Shots, but Anger answers back, hits him with a headshot
sama Anger.
He's going to force Hayes to move over now. He does have time to heal him up, but it's whether or not an Anger think, it's time to go, boys. We can murder these if we push up aggressively on them.
It's a really tough game now. You've got actually 2 very diligent teams. Anger still seems a little unaware as to where he can get to from this. Stody, you gonna... Stody is about to destroy them.
Stody bung sama Stone Mountain, bung kita lihat. Apa yang terjadi? Oh, langsung knock 1. Dan apakah langsung instant kill? Oh, knock. Gila. Gila.
Destroys his helmet. That is perfect play from this man. This is one of the guys to come
Tapi
through
udah
the
parah banget sih
qualifier.
keadaan yang di bawah tuh.
Very good individual play from him.
He's rotating round. He's trying to finish this one off. Stud is about to go down. He's forced to go back now. This is, I have no idea how this one's going to play out. Look at his teammate across there. They're probably going to get each other up.
They didn't expect it to be so damn good. That's what you get.
Tadi dilepas loh tadi healnya.
Only expose your helmet, you give them one chance to land a shot, and they absolutely land it. Fair play. They're terrified. I would be. If I peek an edge for a second and someone just rips my head off, yeah, I'd be a little nervous too. And now they've lost visuals on them. They've lost visuals on the two new guys to this one.
Wih, di bawah tuh. Oke. Kill satu si Rom. Octoramonth kita lihat. Spam bom. Serem sih itu. M yang di bawah serem parah sih.
The advantage on every single front. So again, if they manage anything in this one, 60 to me,
waduh,
you're an MVP
berlindung
for landing
dia.
that shot on Stody. I don't expect you to do anything else.
I don't, but we could have the same scenario as we saw a few games ago, where if he just stays there, then maybe they have no idea where he is.
Wih, ada yang lagi renang tuh. Itu Daniel Cross itu.
They're just chilling.
Yeah, but they're going to have to move over here. They are swimming this way. This is the way you get up to this. Sigsy can use them as bait, right? Here we go. I don't know if Sigsy doesn't know this. So let's get into the what ifs, maybes, and all of that jazz. Actually, we'll get back to that because Borg's got a car 98 and he's got two players in sight. Can he land any more of those crisp, clean shots that we saw before? No, they backed away, fallen over the ridge and just left and said, look, we don't want that compound.
Terus nggak pernah dikasih lihat ya. Kemarin pernah. Malah yang dari kemarin nggak dikasih lihat tuh Stode sama si Stone Mountain. Knock satu.
Team. He takes down one easily, doesn't overextend. Where's his teammate? He needs the support right now. And
aduh, langsung meninggal di flanking.
All of a sudden, Scoom walks up and just says, "Okay, I'm here. It's time to join the party as well." Wipes out his teammate, and both of them will fall. Looking at the kill feed as well. Unfortunately, Killer Kapowski, she will fall. So would Liquid.
There's still pressure here.
In fact, Hayes is now knocked out as well. So Ollie went down earlier on. Now Hayes is down. Solid FPS kills both players. Two players down, that's WTCN and Mithrain, both of them fall to Cloud9. In the meantime, that's giving
Cloud9 WTCN meninggal.
We've got 60 alive here.
Pemenang
Let's check
kemarin,
that circle as soon as we can. That's going to start moving very soon. So that's going to crunch in here and just remind ourselves of where people are playing towards. Ollie's managed to knock out the guy who got his teammate, so that's a good avenging moment there for him. But Borg is surrounded on all fronts. He's got a lot of ammo to play with, so that's not too bad. And yeah, we're going to see a big crunch. Look at that TSM cluster as well towards the middle. This is Ollie still fighting away towards the very south side. Just on the ridge, or excuse me, just on the coast. So again, nading out the windows, going through it. I'd love to check in on TSM if we can, see how that battle's going down in the central area here. Because this could be quite sporadic. There's going to be a lot of different battles going on, lots of different line of sight, and nowhere to retreat to. So you've got to just claim your stake right now for ground.
We'll see. Moo just chilling.
Anthony ikut kok kalau nggak salah.
Several people around this corner, so he's going to throw some grenades and try and get himself some cover. Meanwhile, down in the kill feed, we'll see Whitey Dude will be taken out by Anger.
So
he at least knocks
two.
him. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The
So
two battles are going on. We jump back. Drassel knocks out Solid FPS. So that's LG once again.
Wah, TSM break nih versus Panda. Waduh, Pandamu kena pala bung nampaknya. Langsung nge-push kayaknya, langsung nge-push bung. Gila. Gak bisa anjir, harus ke bawah. Ada yang mau ngelut bung, Oshi 7 yang tadi di military itu.
I don't see any like
dapat military sama car. Siap.
He's playing the survivalist role. Go get him, Oshi 7. I'm down to watch that. Now, what are we seeing over here? We've got Flom in a bit of a battle. Still what seems in the blue, so he's got a while to go. Because look, he's a million miles away. Where is Flom? How is he still here?
I think he's been chased, and that's why he's really weird. Did I just see Ninja go down? I think I may have just seen something happen there.
I saw Ninja. I'm not sure if he got the kill or not.
It'll be very interesting.
Evermore lawan Muminho.
He has actually died, and if he has, that means
wah, ini Glenn, guys.
could potentially be out of the running for the win here.
Kita lihat Glenn
incredibly tense now. It's all about the more kind of established teams within that top 4, top 5.
M24. Oh iya, M24 ya tadi. Gua ngomongnya apa tadi, Kar ya?
New players do that, then we're in trouble. Oh. Moomin could do everything in this. He's going to take down one. That's Evermore knocked, not dead. He's got a teammate still alive. That's Yunru. It's all on him.
Dan Ratabung.
Gila,
Muminho ngeratain.
Stunning stuff.
Ngerasain si Yunrut sama Evermore. Evermore itu pemenang yang solo. Hari pertama solo dia menang.
He's not really adjusting for the drop. How far is he zeroed? Only 100. And there we go. Tags are coming in, knocked out player trying to find some cover. Still got a little bit of breath to play with, but he's going to be under pressure soon, so he needs to back away and consider it. He does manage to take down lost aiming in the end.
Once again in the kill feed, guess who's getting headshots with the
panik
guy?
satu tim.
It's the man, the myth, the legend that is Borg. He's been playing so well. Stutter does take out lost aiming, and here comes the aggressive push.
Kenapa deket banget?
They just smell blood. The aggression is pure with these guys.
Deket banget.
Push
Bung. Kita lihat, push.
Oh,
gila parah.
Maybe there's a reason, maybe there's a method to the madness, but all I know is this guy is getting on the board here. They're playing out their mind. They want to secure this victory.
Banyak banget yang di loot udah full.
The ammo. They've been taking pot shots at everyone. They've been taking everyone down. So why not? And again, we fall back to the situation down to 43. The next circle going to become a factor very, very soon. You can see Panda having troubles way up towards the northern side of things.
Kayaknya mati
and this is going to be going, looks
mati.
like again down towards Mumino. At this point, he's been doing really good work here. Slow side of the circle sits with him, so he's still only got a short way to run.
The thing is, though, while he's doing this on his own, he's causing problems for all the other teams that are at the top there. He's just making things even more interesting. We're seeing here, Sweater knocked out. Excuse me, Sweater knocks out one person, so they're in a bit of a battle themselves.
Here comes the
Borg
blue.
finished him off, but now he's forced to move. We'll go across there.
Does
take him out.
AFK apa gimana tuh?
Takes out Moon Knight with a headshot. 2 kills, though, coming out of here from Mayhop Wanda as we see him moving forward. He needs to run. The health is ticking away. He's in the blue. He's got 1 stim on his back, but he could be running into a lot of people just waiting for him.
All right, the Panda guys are basically saying we want to keep our backs to the blue so we can keep some safety. But there's a man in the water being a real nuisance, being a pest. That's their main threat. But for now, they're safe within the zone. But everyone else is running in. We need to keep tabs towards that as well. If we miss out on these guys, that might be Oshi7 in there. No, it's Muzak. And Oshi7's off towards the eastern side. He needs to get to the safety zone here. Back on board with Mumino.
He's still doing damage.
He's still trying to work his way in, though. He's got to be careful.
Gila, Mumino.
He's going to get another kill here. Great work from him. Running low on ammo, but still well within the
Last
fight.
man dari tadi dia.
He knows there's going to be more people
lawan
around
dua,
here.
lawan
He
dua
has the
aja.
high ground, and he's actually pretty well set for now. But let's see this one. Everyone towards the south needs to move back up north. This is the crunch point. This is a big chunk of the buildings with cover still in it. Otherwise, we're going to be out in the open. This would be great. The big next kick is going to be down by those rocks. When that time hits about 1 minute, maybe about 30 seconds left, they've got to start moving.
Plenty of fight going down in the kill feed. We're about to hit 30 players remaining now. We will see Mumino. He'll try and get healed up, which he does indeed. Back to full health. Double stims on as well, so he knows he can run and get that speed boost. Moving down, though, Scoom knocks out Spy Geo with an AKM. Several more players dying. Finally, Lucy May. Hunkstaben as well. He'll also go down from outside the player zone. And now we just look at this. Oshi7's all tagged up. I'm guessing he's also outside the player zone. If not, he should be dying any minute.
Bikin cover.
They're making a little fort.
Bikin cover dong.
Are you serious? They're making themselves cover. This is smart from Liquid.
Bikin cover.
You've got nothing else to work with. Give yourself something. And we're seeing the kills come through right about now. This is what I mean. There's about a minute on the board. The crunch comes in and they start having to push into the buildings. All the northern side players are being swept aside. From goes down finally. He put up a damn good
Daniel
fight.
Cross masih hidup guys tuh. Cross kill Musel with
SKS. 40 seconds and the
SKS.
final push will happen. They've got safety at least from the
Cross masih
south to a
ada
degree. But
berarti.
another shot from Borg. Do it again.
Nine,
One more
kita
shot should
lihat.
define this fight. He should be able to land this one. I doubt there's time to.
Kena satu hit.
How? He still wants more though. He will not relent. He will not stop. He wants it all.
Oh, kena satu hit lagi dah. Kena out SKS apa ke?
Does enough, but it's down to Sweater. Single fire on the AK 4 times in hand. It's still very viable. He wants those one taps, but he knows he needs to heal. He has to stop for a second. 10 seconds until the blue. This is question time. Does he get his teammate? Does he run? Does he leave him? Does he take the fight? This is against LG, and they know that they're in an awkward predicament as well.
LG versus Cloud9 dan kita lihat. Oke, ngeprone lagi.
They've hit him once, so he will get pushed back. Meanwhile, all this is going down.
Nggak bisa sih
The
kayaknya.
circle's slowly pushing. That means he may
Nggak
have
bisa
lost
ditolong
Borg.
sih yang
I don't
udah
think he's going to be
done
able to get him back up, because if he does, he'll just die instantly straight away. So he needs to run himself.
Diledakin.
Liquid's fought, though, unfortunately, it's getting demolished, and they've got nowhere else to go. If they try and run
Di
this
situ ternyata
inside
Bung.
that vehicle, it's blocked in. Look how weak they are, Pansy. They're in a real difficult spot here.
They've tried to make cover, and it's not simply good enough. 22 remain alive, and this is going to get exciting now. It's time to run. Stone Mountain knows he's in trouble, dodging, weaving.
Di bawahnya ada orang, Bung, ada Panda.
The Panda guys are tagged up low as well.
Mati kayaknya kena zone.
This could be all but over, surely. No, this is
Sode.
just 20 remain.
Stode meninggal. Oh bukan, itu Panda ternyata.
Bukan
Stode.
helmets he lost. He takes down Moo, so Panda now.
Oh, Stode juga mati sama out ya. Stone Mountain sama Stode meninggal, guys. Sama Playzone. Gue gak tau sih kalau Stone Mountain mati kenapa, yang pasti Stode karena Playzone tadi.
Sweat is still there. We still got this ongoing battle down here. We got Drassel. He knows that Sweat is still alive, and they know they need to be careful. But it's a 2-on-1 scenario. JP2 is still alive. He does have the SKS. He does have it fully kitted up as well. This is a really nice split.
This is a normal game, at least in my eyes. You're seeing people playing on the extremities well, getting into the early rotation. Something that Cloud9 are very good at is we're seeing it with Chappy here. Early rotate to a good spot in the map. We're going to see Liquid doing the same thing pretty darn soon as well. So you can see them aware of what's happening. Maybe Scooms noted a couple of players. Maybe spotted out the guys that we thought could have been the danger factor. They smoked them out and they've got to move soon. They have no big meds left. They've got to start running. And here we go. Here comes the trader. Here comes those rotates. They know the time is ticking down to 20 seconds to the new circle. And we might just have them proning down and praying and hoping that no one sees them. But there's still players far enough away who'll have high ground who can spot them here.
Ada mobil tuh.
They do have the smoke behind them, which gives them a little bit of cover from the rear. And they do obviously have the defilator here just so they can at least hide for a little while. Meanwhile, JP2 still got Drassel on his tail. They're working as a team, but they've been spotted.
Ketahuan.
Needs to land the shot.
One gets knocked at least. Eko comes in, 2 kills, see you later, he will fall. Spygear is no more. That's what you get for staying in the shack for so long.
There's almost no cover here as well. They're moving into a circle where it's going to be a hell of a lot of fight. Sweat is up for the challenge. You can see his movement coming into factory. To give away his spot. He's going to make his mind up. Do I take the fight? Do I try and get into the circle? There's going to be someone right in front of him.
Dan mati, Bu.
He was trying to play it to the right time. Now down to 10. This is going to kick off. Scoom still in this one, still fighting it out. Liquid are staying alive as a duo. This could be their game. They have the ground. They have the safety of the zone. Andy's watching the push out from the buildings, and the players in there. You know that they're going to be hit. You're feeling this one. Forzen can be revived, but does he take the risk?
This is so dangerous. There is another option for them to go, but it
would
be through the blue. They have to go out the back. They're still in it. They're just on the edge. They need to come out. They're going to take so much damage.
Saka.
Look how little health he has. He needs to get made up rather quickly. If he attempts to take a fight, one bullet will seal the deal on this man's life.
Forzen was begging for help then, and Andy just looked at him as he died.
Andy nggak nyelamatin temannya dulu, anjir. Takut kebokong kayaknya.
He knows there's still 2 players in there that are close by. He's got a Molotov. This could be huge. That goes right in the window.
Oh, nyaris aja, Bu.
I'm pretty sure. So again, they stay alive. They don't burn to death as we speak.
Waduh, susah parah. Kondisinya susah parah.
They've got to take. They're fully stinned up. They've got to go now or never. But they have to get past Andy. That's the big problem. Andy can take the stim. He's going to wait for this. And here we go. One shot girl gets out the window. Andy spots it. He spots it.
Kena. Oh, rata Bung Peptet sama one shot girl.
His mind here. 6 kills. He wants this one himself. But we still have Mumino in this. We still have the Liquid boys in this. There's so much to be played for. 6 alive now.
But unfortunately, Liquid, they do have the circle for everybody else. So they're just going to accept any single challenge. Mumino once again knocks out Moments.
Mati.
They answer back. They take out Mumino himself. Now things are getting really interesting. Scoom grabs another one there. You just saw it down in the kill feed. Can he get Moment up? Is it even worth going for?
You kind of want him alive at this point.
2-2-1 guys, kita
lihat. There's the 2 players proning on the defilade. They're playing the long game here. If they spot him out, that could be it. He can see them though.
Knock. Oh!
Towards the edge of them. He's got to move in. He has to move into the open and take a gamble, take a risk.
Oh!
He's going out of his mind.
Gila, 1-on-1 nih. 1-on-1.
It's a 1v2.
1-on-1.
Pretty sure
Ya, satu lagi udah dikenokin sama dia.
How can he position? How can he find that angle? There's so many options. There's so much room available. Does he know where they are? Can he find them in time?
Oh, itu tuh.
What's that one trying to crawl his way in? It's going to be down to the 1v1. Nade comes through. He needs to back Andy. Run away. Don't get hit by the nade. Readjust. It's now down to the 1v1. Andy is on fire as we speak. But the spray comes through. Where is he?
Oh, gila NDP. Andy Pyro gila. Nggak sia-sia tuh dia nggak nyelamatin temennya tadi. Gila. Dan sebelah-sebelahan dong. Sebelah-sebelahan. Gila. Temennya ngepron tuh. Gue kira di balik pohon gitu loh. Iya, AK auto kali 4 lagi. Oh, itu dapat flash header-nya.
Imagine if he had the different colored level 2 helmet. That could have been different. You could have seen something different that stood out, but Andy played out of his mind. Yeah, beautiful play from that boy.
Yolo parah anjir.
I don't know what more to say. We hadn't really seen him doing that sort of damage until this point, but he came alive. He played patiently.
Ntar kita lihat leaderboardnya guys.
And it clearly was the right choice.
He was on about 5 HP, maybe 1 minute previous to this. Stood his ground, got his health back, let his teammate down. But then again, it did pay off in the end because he saw 2 people beaming out of the house. He knew he had nowhere to go apart from in front of him. And
di sini rata-rata mainnya aimnya auto semua guys. Dan jujur gua nggak bisa kayak gitu. Gua nyoba pun susah parah anjir.
Very well fought battle and a very deserved victory in game number 3, but in the long term, in the long scheme of things, it may not necessarily be enough, but this table is going to be wild. Like people, we saw Luminosity dropping, we saw Cloud9 dropping. Who has done enough to be crowned champion here in the first person duos?
Liquid pushed pretty hard there as well at the end. They had Scoom in there, still quite late, Moleman as well. There was a lot of players pushing at the very end to get good spots. With actually LG,
bayangkan guys, last man posisi last man posisi nggak enak tadi, dia masih di luar zone gitu loh, tiba-tiba comeback.
But it is what it is. That was absolutely outstanding from everyone involved. Big moment for Andy as well. Coming into this, probably not as one of the players you'd instantly look at as like, all right, he's got to, he's going to be winning this one. But no, he played absolutely sick. Here you go, you get to watch it again. That's what it's about. That's the feeling you get. Oh man, that's got to feel good for this guy.
And of course, losing his, teammate. So they managed to stick together for quite some time, but then just letting him go and thinking, all right, I've unfortunately seen you die now. But there's a reason why I've seen you die. I've left you alone, and that's because I need to stay alive myself. I'm going to stand the ground here. I know where these people are. I'm sorry, my friend. Your life is worth this one. And it was indeed. It was worth the win. It got him the victory. But I'll tell you what else got him the victory. Those shots at the end, it was incredible. His pinpoint accuracy with the AKM, with the silencer. My God.
Kebanyakan pemain JSGO jadi biasaan main auto ya. Nggak juga sih, kalau lu emang jago main auto emang enak guys. Sekali nge-spray down ya bisa 2, 3 bahkan lebih hitnya.
We are just waiting to find out as we speak. And yeah, we can have a little look down. I think they're just kind of mulling things over right now. See Andy there. Young guy obviously.
Kebanyakan emang yang terakhir sebelahan tau. Kemarin juga hari pertama sih gua ngeliat yang sebelahan.
Feeling incredible for this guy at the moment.
Kita lihat leaderboardnya. Tapi kok lama ya. Wadaw, besar ya guys ya. Wadaw. Iya, besok squad guys. Mulainya besok sekitar jam 9-an. Jadi ditunggu saja ya. Iya, besok nobar lagi guys kita. Malam minggu lagi kan. Dah, mana sih leaderboardnya? Kesel dah. Highlightnya ini tadi nih. Meninggal. Itu M-nya auto gitu loh, di autoin. Greget liatnya. Kenok. Wah, ini dia Andi Pyro, guys. Yang gua kira di balik pohon ternyata dia ngepron di situ. Gila. Ini siapa nih?
What's up, guys? If you're wondering what's going on, we want to give you a quick update on some of the kind of, I guess, hot topics of the day. And we're joined by Sammy, who is the lead community manager, obviously, for Battlegrounds and everything you've seen throughout this week so far. But there's a couple of things that the community want to know about, obviously, and they've kind of brought up, and you want to give a bit of clarity on and kind of have a discussion with. Starting with it, I guess, communication.
Auto aim itu bukan auto aim.
Right.
Senjatanya auto,
I'm here today
single,
because there were some
ada burst
issues with
kan.
this tournament that I wanted to explain to the community. First of all, this is our first offline event, and I think there was lack of communication on day one when players were playing in solo, and there were some players who had issues with their gears, and some had issues in the
Ini
game,
malah curhat.
and that was not clearly communicated to us to make the decisions to restart the lobby. And I think that was very unfair, and we are truly sorry that there was lack of communication, that was, that we didn't restart the lobby when some players were seeing some issues. We have fixed the issue, and we hope to, improve in the future.
Ini lagi ngebahas tentang yang tadi ngerestar matchnya gitu loh. Padahal kemarin
Yeah, this is, I guess,
jarang-jarang hari ini parah banget sih.
So we're all kind of having to pick up the pace here and learn as we go. And then I guess the topic is of Bosphorus as well.
Bagus ini caster dulu, iya. Casternya parah banget Dewa.
I can imagine you can kind of give us a little bit more clarity on
Dua-duanya
that
Dewa
too,
ini
and maybe
casternya.
a bit of how it came from your perspective there as well.
So there was a bug in the leaderboard. All the stats were recorded correctly, but somehow it didn't show on screen correctly. So there was some confusion within the team, so that we thought Bosphorus was second place, but due to the ranking system we have for this event,
Caster cewek yang biasa di CS emang. Kalau kalian sering
in
nonton.
yesterday's stream enough, and then it was very confusing to the community and viewers because they thought, we just pushed them down for no reason, and I sincerely apologize that we did not address this clearly enough when we were on live stream yesterday.
Yeah, it does get pretty messy, but at least we kind of understand it now, and this is all a work in progress, I can imagine, right? In the next events, upcoming things, everything can change. This is all still very much in the making. Is there anything else you want to highlight while we have the time now?
So I just want to explain that this invitational was designed to celebrate the community from the beginning, and we still wanted to do it, although our game is in early access, because you watch videos of players playing our game, and they really enjoy it. And I heard so much feedback from the community that we need a PUBG Invitational, and I wanted to, there were only good intentions, and we do know there are some, critical bugs in the game, but we thought this would be a good opportunity to meet our community in Europe, because we never went to Europe to meet our fans and players. So we wanted to take this opportunity to, really reach out to more people and, invite players to enjoy the game. But obviously, this is our first time, and as the lead community manager who designed and planned this event, I feel responsible that our community owes an apology, And going forward, we hope to improve whatever we do with our players. And of course, I also heard from the community that a lot of players who are not part of Twitch or Mixer or YouTube want to participate and show their skills. And that's like something that we want to celebrate more.
Definitely.
And I do feel sorry that we didn't know we were going to have the community we have now a few months ago. So we want to apologize to those people who are disappointed, and we hope to improve a lot of the things in the future.
Yeah, for me, I've got to say as well, coming into this, we've seen some of the guys, even in the early days of the community, playing those open qualifiers, coming to this and winning it. So you do have a great community behind you guys. But obviously, speaking of everything that's been said and done, we still need to head to a very short break. But when we're back, we can celebrate the winners of this final game. We got to see the first-person perspective that you know I'm a fan of, by the way. She's very serious. I'm still very excited about first-person perspective being in this one. It's been a good day. We'll be back in just a sec to see who's won the event and catch up on all the information.
Ya Allah, ditunda-tunda dong itunya hasilnya. Leaderboard Eta iklan dulu dia. For your information, PUBG sekarang udah nyentuh 520k. Kalau nggak salah 600 deh. Yang gua tahu ya. Udah 600.000 deh. Kalau tidak salah, tapi ya. Ya, sekarang iklan dulu guys. Kita mau lihat leaderboard aja susah gitu loh. Boom. Gua kasih tahu aja guys, ini iklan-iklannya ya. 1 Intel, Nvidia, monitor 2 kali. Terus case save pay ya, pay save card ya, itulah pokoknya. Yang terakhir ada headset gua nggak tuh, HyperX. Udah gua kasih tahu nih bocorannya. Itu komentator yang cowoknya gaji buta nggak ada komen. Enggak, itu emang lagi sesi buat nanya doang. Kalau dia lagi jadi komentatornya itu, wih, saling melengkapi. Walaupun ya lebih banyak yang ceweknya sih yang lebih menghandle. Ini game belum setahun kan? Belum. Semenjak rilis ini belum setahun dan ini masih early access, tapi peminatnya parah sih. Gua nggak tahu sih ini bakal jadi next kayak CSGO yang peminatnya itu nggak pernah pudar ya. Kayak CSGO udah mulai pudar sih. Tapi seenggaknya ya tim-tim pro player yang kayak gitunya loh. Dota yang kayak gitu kan, e-sport yang kayak gitu. Lah, leaderboardnya mana? We need leaderboard. Kenapa lama? Kemarin langsung deh, sumpah. Yang sekarang, ya Allah. Ya segitu aja cuma 310k player. Gua nggak ngomongin banyaknya, tapi penggemarnya itu banyak yang setia gitu loh. Kan banyak tuh orang yang kalau dia suka CSGO mainnya CSGO terus. Walaupun dia punya game baru tapi ujung-ujungnya balik ke CSGO. Kayak kita tuh punya game yang bisa dianggap bahwa game itu adalah kampung halaman. Kalau lu misalkan contohnya nih pemain PB nih, dari dulu sampai sekarang lu main PB mulu, tapi ada game baru lu mainin juga, tapi ujung-ujungnya ke PB lagi gitu loh. Ya sama kayak pemain CSGO, Dota 2 atau game-game yang lainnya gitu. PUBG kemungkinan bakal jadi begitu. Mana? Ada problem sih memang. Tapi yang gue bingung problemnya itu di mana? Yaudah guys, gue mau ngedit dulu. Jadi kalau misalkan kalian mau lihat resultnya, hasilnya kayak gimana, hasilnya kayak gimana, kalian langsung aja ke link deskripsi di bawah tuh. Cek aja, itu ada link aslinya, udah gua kasih di situ. Ntar dia ngelink ke Twitch. Kalian bakal bisa nonton lagi di Twitch yang sama persis kayak gini. Karena ini Restream ya. Jadi kalian bebas mau nontonnya di gua atau di mereka. Gue rekomendasiin sih kalau misalkan kalian mau yang lebih cepat langsung ke mereka besok. Tapi kalau misalkan mau nonton bareng, ya silakan ke channel gua. Jangan lupa juga di subscribe biar kalian dapat notifikasinya. Aktifin sih notifikasinya biar nggak ketinggalan. So guys, gue tunggu nanti malam ya. Kemungkinan besar nanti malam gue bakalan ada live streaming game lain dulu. Ya, live streaming game lain dulu. Tapi kalau misalkan waktunya nggak sempet, mepet, ya paling gue langsung nonton bareng PUBG final. Bukan final sih jatuhnya, terakhir untuk squad. So guys, gue mr.okto undur diri. Salam amatir, bye bye. BTW gue harus ngubah scene-nya dulu gitu loh.